Hi, I'm Bren, and welcome to my channel. I am a Canadian podcaster with a passion to form connections with individuals from all walks of life. On my show Connections, I explore the world through my guests' unique perspectives while gathering an insightful understanding of how they interact and perceive life.
That is a really good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
I ask questions that focus on uncovering stories of humble beginnings,
But I was like 13th place out of like 300 kids.
triumphant successes,
I used to swim for the Junior Australian Olympic trial team.
motivations,
I just built up that confidence in myself to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't care.
inspirations,
She was just always, I just always love her.
struggles,
The main thing that got me to where I am today is the bullying that I experienced.
and realizations.
Sometimes you cannot get closure.
My goal is to continue making connections to spark meaningful discussions, and I hope you will join me. Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Again?
Of course. I think this might be the quickest time we've had someone turn over from one stream to another. Usually we have a little bit of a gap between episode to episode, but this one's definitely not like that. Thank you everyone for spamming that love. I'm glad you guys found it. Those who are new here. Usually I explain it to you guys, but one thing I will say too, for if you're new here, in those redemption thing, you can also ask me or our guest a question on today's show at any point if you'd like. So feel free to use that as you would like. We'd love to get your kind of input too. I mean, I can only do so much research on our guest. And so yeah, so you found Nikki on your recommended, you naughty boy. Rick, you know what's funny? I was actually searching up The Sims 4, which is the funniest thing. And I don't even think you were actually playing The Sims by the time I got to you.
I played that one time, and I think I switched
Yeah,
games. So
you, by the time I got to you, we were talking about this before stream, is I'm looking for the full face, like the full face cam and stuff like that to see who, like stuff like that. And that's what I saw. I saw someone playing, and there was like a full thing, and I don't know, I just clicked on it, and so yeah, no.
You saw me not playing The Sims.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
this
I guess
one.
so. You know what's actually is that you were one of the, you were like the creator who had like more than 10 views, but you also didn't have like 100 and like 100,000 views. And I was like, you know what? I might be able to go meet some friends in here. And hey, I met Rick. I met Smiley.
Yeah,
Ducky.
he'll never leave you alone now. You feed him, you take him home.
That's all right. I'll feed you.
There you go, Rick.
Feeding Rick. Yeah, exactly. At the very start of every single episode of Connections, we start with a little game. It is called Quick Questions. You're not even feeding the mods. Multi-chill. Quick Questions. Maybe you've never seen it. Maybe you're new here. Well, we're going to have a intro for it. So if you direct your eyes to the stream, you can see what I'm talking about here. So Quick Questions, and the new intro that we just fixed up last stream, has 3 simple rules. The rules are, the first one is there are going to be 10 questions. The second one, the guest is going to have 60 seconds, so you're going to have 60 seconds to answer every questions. And the third one is for every 5 seconds left on the clock, the viewers are going to be gifted 1 sub. So there's a little bit of pressure, not too much. Well, there's a bit of pressure. If you don't get it right, I mean, hey, the chat just leaves. It's fine.
I'm never going to hear the end of it if I don't do well.
B says, easy dub, you got this, Nikki. B, how many did you get on your stream? I'm interested now, because I don't remember. It's been a long time. Hashtag be the mods. You guys need to chill.
Are these yes, no questions?
These are questions about you.
Okay.
So you'll know all the answers.
B.
You'll know all the answers to this. I mean, at least you should.
If they're about me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm totally human. I know all the
What's
human
it-
answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, people in the past have thought this is a trivia. I'm like, no. I wouldn't be able to get the trivia. So yeah, Nikki on time. Well, Smiley, we're about to find out. Sweet and dirty. I agree. Nikki has this. I'm sure. Being
Yeah,
human.
I was early. Thank you.
It was actually me who was late. Alrighty, Nikki. Are you feeling ready? Are you feeling ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Alrighty, chat.
Loose limber. Let's go.
Chat, I need you to spam that love. I can confirm she was early. Yeah, exactly. Chat, can you spam that love and tell me that you're ready? I just need to know if you guys are ready to harass Nikki for every single answer that we get that's panicked, considering this is a time-framed time. Thank you so much for that. Send that love. Appreciate it. Alrighty. When I start the first one, I will continue. After you finish the first one, I will continue on to the next one. We will ask about the very end. Harassment wasn't part of the deal. It's always part of the deal, Pugs. Once you finish your answer, we will move on to the next one. So don't feel like you have to elaborate. We will do that after. Alrighty. We are starting right about... This is my favorite part. It's always my favorite part. Okay. I love how chat's like, seriously, we're gonna do this again. Every time. Yeah, hold! Exactly. Alrighty, for real this time. We are starting in 3, 2... What is your favorite word?
Moist.
What is your favorite food?
Popcorn.
What is your favorite drink?
Rum and Coke.
What is your favorite number?
4.
What is your favorite movie?
Gladiator.
What is your favorite memory?
Bringing my son home from the hospital.
What is your favorite vacation that you've ever taken?
Disney World.
What is a favorite animal?
Killer whale.
What is your favorite family tradition?
Going to my great aunt's for Thanksgiving.
What is a favorite gift you've ever received?
I'm not taking my son home from the hospital.
Sounds good. And you beat the clock on 5 there. So congratulations. Big pug. Which means someone is leaving here today with a gifted sub here. Who is it going to be? That's the question. Let's see who's going to be. One anonymous sub going out to drummers, please. Wow, this is taking a long time. To Ducky. Wow, look at that. Look at that all plays out. Hey, full circle, am I right?
Also,
Look at that. Couldn't have gone to a better person,
what a
am I
winner.
right? Exactly. Really, Ducky. Congratulations. Congrats, Ducky. If you did not win, and maybe you're looking to win some prizes, well, at 2 Truths 1 Lie later on in today's stream, you might have the opportunity to be... thank you, Multi. Appreciate that. Thanks for giving me the smiley. Oh my goodness. Thank you. You might be able to have a chance to win a $10 Amazon gift card in the currency that you would choose. So keep that in mind for later. We'll be doing that after the break, so don't go anywhere. And you might be able to win something later today. Let me match that too. No. We're not doing this again. Pogs. King Asian, yo, let's go. Oh my goodness. At least it went out to someone who really deserves it, King Asian. That's awesome. Thank you, Pugs. I really appreciate it. Thank you also, Multi, as well, for the gifted sub, too. Oh, my goodness. You guys. Ducky. Ducky! Ducky,
Yes,
that's
top
5! Oh, my
Chance.
goodness.
That's the hype.
You know what's funny is I've seen every single one of the names that got a gifted sub there, I saw on Who Are You the other day. Every single one. Ducky, you're crazy. Why you do this? My brain no work
no,
too
Pond
good.
is here. Hide your feet.
Pond.
Shit.
Choo choo. Really though. Wait, who's here? Who'd you say is here? Oh, Takeable Pond. I think Pond was in the last stream. I think. I don't know if Pond is.
I'm sure.
Is
I'm
Pond?
sure.
I don't know if Pond's here right now. I haven't seen Pond. I also want to call anyone a lurk. So Pond, if you want to stay in lurk, that's totally fine. If you are here, no need to like. This is a lurkers podcast. I don't want anyone to feel like they. All right, hi Pond.
Hey.
Oh my goodness! Thank you, Multi. Thank you, Wolf.
Check.
Yeah, exactly. Smiley here. Sweet and dirty. Wolf.
Hi,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. Well, thank you for all joining us. It's lovely to meet you, and I hope we get to meet you through the next couple hours of you spending us time with us. How Smiley, bro. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Yo, are we? We've already passed the level 3 69 train that we did last time.
Yeah.
So we like, I don't know if the last stream we had hitting
You're
level 3
almost
69
to
train.
4.
I'm at 4.
right?
We actually had our first ever level 5 hype train fully completed on Who Are You. It was the first ever of this channel, and it looks like we're on pace to do it again. Thank you, Wolf, for that. Oh my goodness. We send love, and it's called a Bren coin. You don't actually have to spend any money. You don't have to. It's okay. You don't have to spend anything. It's great. Thank you, King Duck Feeder, for the follow. Appreciate that. My goodness, that's quite the name. That's kind of funny, actually. We hit 5. Sorry, I'm working. Did I miss something? We hit 5. We not on this stream, but on the Who Are You stream, you guys hit 5. It was insane, and my brain was like melting as I'm trying to run a show. It was great. Thank you everyone for the bits. Level 3 hype train at 81. My goodness. What I would like to go for is the 69s, but I mean, I guess I'll survive.
You'll have to hit the next 69.
No,
One more level.
you don't. You've passed it already. It's fine. We're good. I'm fine. However, let's go through quick questions here and dissect all of your answers here. She said your favorite word is moist. Really? Explain.
Okay, you asked it quickly, and that's what's gonna come to my head.
That's fair.
I enjoy it as a word. I know a lot of people hate it, and it kind of makes it more of a thrill for me.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. I see it. So you just
It's a
rebel.
descriptive word. I like it.
Okay. The rebellious side. I see it. I get you. Valid. I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far, B, but it's okay. Valid. Multi. Okay. No, right. Okay. Well. Brand the business disappointed when Brent said really. Yeah, really. I'm like, really? Literally? Favorite food you said was popcorn.
Yeah.
It
I
is
eat popcorn like nearly every day.
It is high tier. I will give you that.
Mm.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
movie theater popcorn.
Ooh, the butter and everything. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You said favorite drink was a rum and coke.
Yep. Simple, cheap. Specifically like Malibu rum, like a coconut rum.
Oh.
And a Coke Zero, because calories. Calories, man. Calories.
Yeah, fuck them, You said your favorite number is 4. I'm interested to know, is that a date that's special to you, or is that some sort of like number that you've worn in some sort of sports or something, or where's that come from?
My roller number is actually 3. It's less than 3 because it makes a heart. But 4, my birthday is May 4th, and I think it's just always been my favorite number, 4. I don't know.
Fair. Hey, totally fair.
Mhm.
You said your favorite movie is Gladiator. What is Gladiator about?
It's about a like war general in like Roman times who gets turned into a slave. He's like betrayed by a Caesar
Okay.
kind of guy, and then he works his way up as a gladiator, and I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, no,
But basically, this guy
betrays.
betrays him,
Okay.
kills his family, revenge, etc.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a grown man cry.
Okay. So it's an emotional movie, is what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not like a chick flick or anything, but it'll tug those heartstrings.
Okay. I mean, hey, I'm fair. Favorite memory you said was taking your son home. By the way, we got a level 2 hype train emotes going out. I need to see those choo choo emotes. I got choo choo hype hands too. Let's go. I love collecting those hype emotes. You said was taking your son home from the hospital. So what was that experience like for you? Obviously, that's I'm sure very emotional. And I'm sure an amazing memory. But elaborate more why you chose that as yours.
Because there was a while that I didn't think that he'd be coming home ever. So the fact that I got him home just in time for Christmas was a big deal. Like I get it felt like real Christmas to have my family together at the time. I didn't want to have Christmas without him because it would have been his first Christmas. I didn't want to spend it in the hospital. So yeah, it was just really important that I got him home just in time. He was fighting it though. He had a tube for feeding in his nose, and he pulled that thing out like before it was supposed to come out because that's how he would eat. And I really didn't want to put it back in him. I was supposed to, and instead we went back into the hospital to get him checked one more time. They're like, "Oh, nope, you're good. You can go on home." I'm like, "Wait a minute." So like he pulled the tube out and got to go home early. So I don't know.
Sometimes you got to take life in your own hands, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it worked.
Hey, exactly. How old is your son, by the way?
He just turned 10.
Oh my goodness.
He was a secret, so I still get people like, "You have a kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, 10 years ago."
Oh my goodness.
I've
I
been
will
talking
say,
about him.
you do not look like you had. Oh my goodness! I smacked the mic across my room. I
I'm
said
down.
you do not look like you've had a son 10 years ago. I will. So, good job, mom. You're doing great, mom.
Keep it tight, you know?
Huh?
Nothing?
Yeah, that's what I thought. The favorite vacation you ever taken? You said Disney World. So I mean, Disneyland is my favorite. So I understand.
I've never been to Disneyland. I assume it's similar.
I would personally say I would say it's better than Disney World in my personal opinion.
Really? Flexing? Have you been to Disney World though?
I have, yeah, of course. I wouldn't say that if I would say that if I hadn't been to Disney World. No.
All right.
Yeah. So what's the diff? Okay. All right. International people. I see you. our token international people in here. I thought it was the same case. So it is very similar. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not. So Disney World has, I think, 4 parks, if I'm correct. Is that right?
Yeah, there's 4. I think they added the Star Wars one into another one. So
Yes.
I think there's still 4.
There's still 4. There's still 4. And so you got 4 at Disney World that are about, give or take, anywhere from like 10-minute drive from each other to about 30. Like they're a distance away from each other from the park entrances. You can't, it's really hard to, I mean, you can hit every single one in a day. It's just not easy. It's a lot of moving around. However, Disneyland, there's 2 parks and they're facing each other. So you literally can walk like, let's say 1,000 feet, if that's your thing, or I don't know, less than a kilometer for the other ones, and you can get, that's definitely not good math, by the way, you can get from one to the other very simply, and like it's walkable, like very walkable, like 5 minutes, like there and back, and so it's really easy to get in and out. So that's why you can do like both. That's why personally I like both, is because you literally can park hop as easy as possible. Whereas in Disney World, it's a little bit harder. Things are a little more spread out. You can't do as much in each park. I mean, each park is great. Don't get me wrong. I think Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, usually do like 1 a day though.
Yeah,
like it takes that much to get through everything.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom is just that was my favorite part.
Me too.
By far, yeah. No, the especially the Pandora ride that they have in there.
The Avatar ride, yeah, that's the best ride.
By far, both of them actually. The Navi River ride and the I can't remember what the other one's called, but the one where you're on the thing.
The one where you're like riding, and you feel it like breathing under you.
Yeah, getting a little bit of tears watching
an alien thing.
Yeah, getting a little tears doing that. Exactly, yeah, the little alien thing when you feel it breathe. Yeah, that was. I mean, it was creepy. Yeah. But I mean, it was also really cool.
But in a cool way.
Yeah. And then so as far as that would be kind of why mine is. Also there's Cars Land, which I mean, like, I watched Cars way too much when I was younger. Like then it was probably healthy to be, and there's a Cars Land in Disneyland, and that's pretty cool.
I want to go back for Star Wars though.
Yeah, I haven't been there since Star Wars was there.
Right when I last went, it happened like right after I left.
I've heard it's so amazing. I've heard it's so amazing.
I bet.
Okay, so I definitely agree with you on the Disney side of things. I would probably say Disneyland, but I still agree with you. B, does that mean we're doing a Disney trip at some point in the next like couple years?
Also, Disneyland is California. Disney World is in Florida.
Correct. Which also, I'm sure, probably plays a part of why I'm not a huge fan of Disney World. I've never been to Florida until I went to Disney World, and the water there, I felt more dirty after I showered than before I showered.
It's in a swamp too.
It's
like all the swampland.
It is. It's
built it on. So
yeah. And we almost got that whole trip. We'll have to tell you another time. It's on a different episode, I'm sure. But yeah, no, there was that whole trip was a whole bust on itself. And maybe it's me being too hard on Disney World, but I don't know. Favorite animal? You said killer whale. I'm interested. This is a new one on Connections. We've never heard that as an answer, so I'm interested to see why you said killer whale.
They're apex predators. They're highly intelligent, they're social, like they strategize, and they're deadly.
Okay.
Need I say more?
No, that's hey, all good. Um, you said your favorite family tradition was going to your great aunts. I think you said Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah? So what was special about that memory for you?
We used to just do it every year. So like it was just consistent. I'd finally get to see like all my cousins all at the same time, get dressed up and then rip my pantyhose when I play outside. I don't know. They just like she had great treats, good food, and got to see my family
That's good.
all at the same time.
Always
I mean,
nice.
I haven't done that in like 10 years, but yeah, growing up, definitely favorite family tradition.
Still a good family memory / tradition. That's of course.
Mhm.
And then you said your favorite gift you've ever seen is obviously the same as your son coming home.
Yeah, sorry, that's boring, but
That's all,
it's
it's all good. It's all good. Hey, definitely. I'm sure my Mama Lisa, would definitely say the same. I'm sure she's lurking in the background here too, as well. But yeah, no, it's. I'm sure it's a very similar thing with my mom. I think it's a mom thing for sure. To answer that is your
Probably.
kid being able to take your kids home, and I think obviously even more so for you with the situation that happened with your son in the hospital. Adds a definite layer to that.
Someone yesterday actually asked me what was the most memorable gift I've ever gotten, and I pulled it from the other room. It's this silly, dinky looking tree that they gave us in the NICU. Like some random people just made it and brought it to the NICU, and I thought it was just the sweetest, and I'll keep it forever.
Cool.
It doesn't match any in like style or anything, but I don't know. Just the fact that a stranger like went out of their way to make your Christmas a little better, it means a lot.
That is cool.
So
that is really
yeah.
cool. I
it's
definitely
really
agree.
like a $5 tree, but you know,
And the thing is-
someone made that for me and they didn't know me.
Exactly. And like you said on Who Are You, it literally could have been a like what is it, those macaroni like posters, and I'm sure it would have been still cool considering it's like it's the thought. It's really the thought that's important, though, more than the actual thing itself. So I know that's really cool. So that is quick questions. That's what we did. Congratulations, you got the one. Give us a sub. You didn't bust out the chat. The chat is at least you still have the chat on your side, so we're good. We're good. Before we go into
for you, Ducky.
Yeah, before we go into some of my questions, we have a question from the audience. We have coming in from Malty. And Malty asks, this is a question that no one shies away from, just so we're clear here. Everyone gets stuck. Yeah, B knows what's up. Donovan is usually the one to ask this because Donovan's gone today, Malty stepped to the plate. When you have your toilet paper, over or under?
Over. I'm not a psychopath.
Thank you. I'm glad we said this. I'm glad you said it with disgust as well. Exactly. That is the correct answer. Chat. People claps and as it should be. Exactly. Be right. Yeah. Thank you, Multi. Additionally, this question has gained legs as we've asked it to almost every single guest. Clap. Exactly. Thank you. GG's. Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, we have two other questions that relate to toilet paper in here. We found over the episodes is that we really get to know someone in the way that they wipe their ass. So, so when you're wiping, are we scrunching or are we folding the toilet paper?
Scrunch.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not wiping my ass because I don't poop because I'm a lady, but you know I have to wipe pee because I'm also a lady.
What's it called? So you're saying is that what's it called? Is it scrunching? Is you like to live dangerously? Is what you're telling me?
Well, I know where my body is, where my hands are at all times, so I don't just like put it in there.
So you're saying you have a lot of trust in your ply?
Yeah, I've spent 29 years of my life training for potty training, so I'm good.
And then oh my goodness, and then the final thing: when we're wiping, are we wiping front to back or back to front?
Front to back. That's just basic anatomy. You're gonna get things in your urethra that you don't want. You get a UTI. It's always front to back.
Okay.
I literally went to college and they had to teach that, so it's front to back.
They taught us in college.
Well, in nursing school, yeah.
Oh,
because we clean butts. You do
yeah,
realize
yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Like that's my job.
Yeah, but yes.
Yeah.
Your butts is
Front
your,
to
your
back.
your job is cleaning butts. That's cool. That's a new one.
Yeah,
I swear, I thought
yeah.
you said you were a nurse.
Yeah, that's what nurses do.
That's the only thing.
We clean shit.
Oh my goodness. We have another one, and this is from EE. And like I said earlier in the thing, here's EE has. I will ban both of you. EE has a question that he's asked quite a few episodes. We haven't seen in a little while. But the question is, what do you think of Scotland?
Seems great. My ancestors would be offended if I didn't say it is awesome. I'm Scottish and Irish, so that's thanks for the pale skin because my tattoos look bomb. Mm,
That's
no
fair.
bad opinion.
That's fair. That's fair. There you go, EE. Did you pass?
Are you from Scotland?
EE is very much from Scotland, and wants to know every creator's opinion on Scotland as well.
Maybe a distant cousin of mine.
Wow.
Who knows?
Crazy.
Who knows? Hey, cuz. What's up?
Oh my goodness. Pineapple pizza. Oh my goodness. What is chat? What is happening to chat here?
But sure, they want a controversy.
Oh, we
or
we
my
love
chat's making
controversies
fun of
here.
me. I don't know.
We love
I
controversies.
love
here.
pineapple on pizza. It's the best pizza topping.
I agree. Malty doesn't.
Pineapple olive pizza is the best pizza.
I don't know about olive, but I will say pineapple. I just don't like olives. Period. That's just that's nothing to do with it being on pizza. It's just being olives. Oh my god, I love it here. This is why B has stayed for like over probably 20 episodes at this point. It's because of.
Why didn't you ask these questions for the 1 and 2? We would have dominated.
Oh really though? Oh my goodness. You love olives? Well, there you go, Malty. At least you get something out of this whole
I
conversation.
literally ate a can of olives as a snack the other day
Oh
when
my
I ran out
goodness.
of popcorn. So that's what I did.
Yeah, no, I've never really been into olives too much. Well, that's the questions we have for now from the audience. I mean, if you guys have any more, feel free to throw them in there. We'll ask them as they come. However, I have some questions for you that I'd like to know as well. What made you want to begin streaming? What was the day that you're like, you know what, I'm going to click go live? And I don't think, if I'm correct, you didn't start here on Twitch. You started on Mixer, correct?
I started on Twitch.
Okay.
Actually, and then I went to Mixer, and then I stopped, and Mixer shut down, and now I'm back
I see.
on Twitch.
Okay, so what was the first day on Twitch then? And what did the switch over to Mixer and then the switch back to Twitch look like then as well then?
So I was in a video game design college. I was on the graphics side. I was making like indie video games at the time. And the idea was like, well, I'll just gain this audience. So when I come out with my own game, I'll have an audience that likes indie games and I'll have like someone to sell it to, kind of thing. And I ended up liking streaming a lot more. But that first stream, I had to have a glass of wine because I was nervous. I had like stacked up books and a laptop on top on like not really a desk. It was like an entryway thing, like when you come into someone's home and put your keys on something. It's like one of those. And then an ottoman that I just sat on crisscrossed. That's all I had, and I had a lamp that I tilted to be in my face. And I played Stardew Valley, and I had 7 viewers. I'm like, oh my god, 7 people. And that's still really great.
That is really great. That is really great. Yeah,
great.
that is really cool.
But I definitely had to have a glass of wine to get through it. Like social anxiety was like through the roof. I was just so nervous all the time. I still get nervous sometimes when there's like too many people. Because in person, I'm an introvert, but online I can like, I don't know how. I'm sure. Are you an introvert like naturally?
I would say when I'm younger, I was an extrovert. I'm slowly turning into throughout COVID, and I think after like high school, I turned into a introvert. And I think now I'm slowly going into kind of being an omnivert, where I'm kind of in the middle, really. Like I kind of can play both sides. There's times where I don't want to fucking talk to anyone. There's other times where I'm like, I have to be the center of attention. Like, so yeah.
I guess it's a good mixture though.
Yeah.
Like, but at least with streaming, like if I can't do it anymore, I can turn it off. But if you're in like a group of people, you can't be like, bye, just like walk away. It's not as easy. I don't know. I can socialize online much better than in person. I'm that person at a party that just goes and finds the party dog and pets the party dog or eats the snacks the whole time. I'm not like that kind of person. So it was a good outlet for social, like making friends. I was a single mom, even though no one knew it at the time. Like I couldn't go anywhere or do anything. I did everything on my own. I couldn't leave him at home. So he would be sleeping in the other room while I would be streaming all night. And that was my outlet for friends, and I thought it would be like my future career in a different way. But yeah, it just spun into something more for me. It's filled a lot of needs that I have in all kinds of ways. But I didn't think I was doing that great on Twitch at the time, and looking back, I was doing fucking phenomenal. And I hate that I left for Mixer, honestly. I started playing Smite, and I was holding like 25, 30 viewers after like 4 months of streaming, and I didn't realize how great that was. So I left to Mixer, and I was doing great on Mixer. I had 31,000 followers before
goodness.
it went killed.
Overnight. Yep.
Yeah. I wasn't streaming regularly at that point. I had quit to go back to nursing school to get my bachelor's in nursing, which I'm still not done with. So it wasn't like a big deal when Mixer went down for me. Like everyone else is just heartbroken. You know, it's their jobs, it's their careers and everything. They work so hard for it. When I had already given up on it. So it didn't hurt me that bad. But I pretty much gave up on it because I wasn't allowed to do it anymore. I was in like a not great marriage that I'm getting out of right now, and that's why I'm going back to streaming. And I don't think I'm ever gonna fucking leave again. Like I hate that I let someone like control me and take away something that I love, because I needed this. And I need all of you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll let that happen again. I love streaming, and I'm not gonna stop.
That's awesome. I think you should follow your dreams. I have a couple things to ask about this. There's a lot there, which was awesome, and there's a lot to kind of talk about there. So obviously the first thing you talked about was like social anxiety and not being like really like comfortable when you on your first stream, and especially around new people. Did you feel like in Who Are You, the first like round, you felt like super anxious?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially because you ask questions like I wasn't ready to answer in front of other people.
Ducky.
Like, yes. First of all, like our friendship it's not like obvious. It's not like everyone's like, oh, that's definitely her best friend. It's just like, oh, you know, they hang out, they play games. It's like, no, that's my best friend. And so I don't know. I guess it was weird because people didn't know that.
I mean,
just outed me.
I don't know. Like, first off, you could have said anything.
That's true, but it's a game about honesty.
It's
and I
true.
About to lie.
It is very true.
I don't lie about things.
Exactly, and I think that is perfectly. You understood the assignment. Let's put it that way.
Actually, I lie about what time I'm going live. Sorry, everybody.
You lie about what time you're going live? Yeah, really.
About being on time. That's
yeah,
what
no,
I
don't worry. I already heard that from your community here with this.
Yeah.
Things to you. Oh, on time. What? But I will say is I think I definitely saw it at the beginning, and I remember watching. I was kind of like, okay, you seemed very like short answered, and like it was very that. And then as soon as you got past that second question about who are you most comfortable with, it was funny. It was like, okay, what's the worst that's really gonna happen here after I've already done this?
Yeah.
And it was like,
and then you go back to it at the very end.
come on, we'd already had like 4 hours of fun at that point. But what's it called? So yeah, no, it was it was good. I'm glad that you actually stuck to the understanding of it, because Who Are You and this show really doesn't work if people aren't willing to be vulnerable. So buckle in. You might be in for some more vulnerabilities here. Probably not calling out any names as much, but I will say is talking about stories that has happened in the past. I mean, and as to the point of where you're comfortable. Hey, you said you'll talk about anything. I'm literally
comfortable with everything. Yeah, like anything. I'm a very open person. So when you told me 2 truths and a lie, I'm like, I don't think that there's anything these people don't fucking know about me. Like, I'm gonna be surprised if they don't know which one is my lie. But I'm so open. Like,
what?
If you ask me anything, I'll tell you. Not my address, not my social, but you know, in a safe way, I'm open.
That's fair. That's fair. See, well, we have Pugs here today, and Pugs is amazing. They're amazing. I'm telling you at getting the lie every single time. So, credit card info, credit card. Y'all are too much. SIN number. You guys are too much. However, talking about social anxiety a little bit there. You've talked a couple times now about how you really didn't say anything about being a mom on stream. So I'm interested to see why you decided that. Was it to protect your son? Was there a reason for that? What was the kind of reasoning but originally starting that you wanted to hide as a mom?
Well, there's obviously that the need to protect. Like, he was 4 at the time. I didn't want weirdos, I guess, coming in or whatever, getting obsessed with him or anything. I never post things about him on my Instagram or anything like that. I feel like he doesn't need to be in that unless he chooses to be in that. I didn't lie about him, but I wasn't upfront about having a kid. And he every once in a while he'd just run by real fast in the background and no one would say anything.
No.
So I'm not gonna come out and say oh, that's my kid. I don't know. Now that I've been in streaming longer, I feel like my skin is thicker. So if someone said something about him, it would just roll right off me. And I know my mods would just go straight for the throat. But at the time, I think I would have started crying or something. I don't think that I could have handled anyone saying anything about him at the time. So it was to protect me and to protect him from the dangers of online. He's 10 now though, and he thinks it's really cool that I do this, even though he didn't appreciate it before. Now I'm a cool mom.
Yeah.
He mentions all my fans. I'm like, what? No, they're just my friends. So he thinks I'm way cooler than I actually am.
Well, hey, at least you still got the W in that column though, so that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think it's I understand obviously and I've seen other content creators that are for instance, one that comes to mind right away is Casey Neistat, who has decided to not show his kids' faces. To really be able to protect them and get them to grow up in a thing where people don't recognize who they are, so they can have a normal life, and it's not oh my goodness, you're blah blah blah's kid. It's just you can do what you want to do, and then when you grow up, if you decide you want to be a part of that kind of creation, then that's part of it.
They've still never seen him, so he talked to them one time. I turned off the camera though. It was to confirm that I don't fart. I have a weird chat. They're weird.
I think you're saying to confirm that he was real, not
no, to confirm that I don't fart.
That's funny.
There.
I'm laughing at Rick's comment though here. I just thought it was an intro I just wanted to see what would happen next. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my goodness, getting pulled over by some Home Alone kind of stuff here. Bolo, welcome in. Look who it is. No, look who it is. Is you. What's up, Bolo?
Oh wait, that's who we rated the other day.
That is who we rated, exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
Playing Fortnite.
Wasn't Bolo so sweet? Bolo was so nice. The sweetest you could have ever asked for to raid. Hi Bolo, welcome to the stream. We have a question of the day, by the way, and I don't know if you've ever seen what we do here, but this is Connections. It's a podcast about human connection. But we have a question of the day today. And if you have time, I don't know how long you have. If you can spend with us a little bit longer, it'd be great. If you got to go, I understand. It's all good. I know. I mean, it's also early for you, I think, if I'm correct. I think it's 10, 11 a.m. No, 9 a.m. I think. I could be wrong about that. However, the question of the day is, what are you looking forward to this holiday season? I know it's going to be, obviously you're in AEDT, so it's going to be probably a little bit sunny where you live, considering it's summer. But I'd be interested to know what you're excited for this holiday. Maybe it's to go to the beach. Maybe, I don't know. But welcome in, Bolo. Good to see you. Chat, everyone say hi to Bolo. Actually, at Hot Bolognese. And then the final thing I wanted to kind of talk about that little opening statement is talk about that feeling of being controlled a little bit in the streaming. So that was basically, I'm assuming that's, you said a bit about your divorce and stuff like that. So that kind of relating to that divorce is that feeling of not being able to do certain things that you would like to do, or kind of where was that coming from?
Well, it didn't start out that way. The marriage, while we were dating, he was really supportive of everything I was doing, but he would never come to my stream, and I'm like, well, that's fine, whatever. And it turns out like he was jealous of like the attention I was getting in stream, even though like he'd be playing games with me or whatever. But basically every time I streamed, I could tell I was like in trouble, if that makes sense. And just over time, it just ate away at who I am. And it's called codependency. Basically, you either stop doing things that you want to do, or you do things that you don't want to do. To please the other person. So it just chipped away at who I am over time. Even though I'm a really strong, independent person, I'm very confident. I became none of that. And it's funny because we're trained to see abuse and manipulation and everything in nursing, but when it's happening to you, you don't always see it. And because he cut me off from streaming, from my friends, and I don't have friends IRL, and my family lived 2 hours away, like no one could see what was happening. And I didn't really know what was happening till it got too bad. So coming back to streaming really helped open my eyes that I needed to get out, or I might not ever get out in the worst kind of way. And so yeah, that's my stream. Honestly, these people mean the world. Oh my god, I'm not gonna fucking cry. I'm not doing this again, guys. Anyways, they got me out like emotionally. I'm getting better and everything. And then they even raised the money for my divorce, which is fucking great. In like 5 hours, everyone paid for my divorce. And yeah, it's been crazy, but I regret ever leaving, because I needed these people a lot more than I realized that I did, in all kinds of ways. Emotionally, financially, like just they're always there for me. Always. Even with tech problems, they fix them. Thank you. Yeah, I can't say enough. I'm not gonna cry. I had like a whole week where I cried. It's over.
It is okay to cry. It's okay they don't know being mean to her. Help her not cry. See, Rick, I understand where you stand on this, Rick, obviously, because I've met you.
I told him to be mean one time.
But I
and
will
he
say
said I'm average looking.
However, Rick, we do garnish a safe area for people to make sure they tell their story. I understand, obviously, you have a different relationship with Nikki than most of
That's
us
my
do.
moderator.
Exactly. What's it called? Your job is to bully. We understand. What's it called? However, we will say on this kind of thing here as well as, we are open to things like crying. You would not be the first nor the last person to cry on Connections, so don't feel like you have to hide anything like that.
NikkiBrutal.
That's
like, brutal. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't fit my thing, you know.
I mean,
no, I'm just not a crier. I don't really show emotion like that. So I'm sure it was a bit of a shock to everyone.
It's not bad. It's not good to hold back your emotions, Nikki. It's good to let things go.
I'm in therapy.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that very soon. What's it called? We've kind of already gotten to know you a little bit here, but I'm gonna see if we can poke around and see what we can find here. But before we go to the break, I have a couple small little questions before we hit the first little break here. Do you have any secret hobbies or skills that most people would not know about you? I know you said you're very open, but is there anything you can think of that's kind of specific for you? Yeah, it's like a secret hobby or skill. I agree, Pond. I agree. Crying is good for you.
I mean, I crochet. I mean, my people know that who have been here forever, but I crocheted boobs and stuff. I crochet weird stuff.
Okay.
I like put inflatable boobs, you know. I had this I plan to do. It's like a Harry Potter crochet kit. I love yarn, but I don't know. I'm good at color guard. It's been a rifle and stuff. I don't know if y'all have color guard in Canada.
Oh, that is.
What else is it called? It's called something else other places. It's like part of the band. It's like part of marching band. But
Oh,
I
okay.
had my rifle the other day and I was spinning it. I'm like, damn, still got it. Oh, pole dancing. Pole dancing is fun. I was pretty good at that too, for fun
Okay.
exercise.
Flag. Yeah, that.
It's not called drill team. Flag. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
I think
flag corps.
I've heard of flag before. I think I've heard it. And basically, it's
Mhm.
like where you like it's kind of like the marching thing. Like you like it's like
Yeah.
in unison, all that stuff. Okay, yeah. I've heard that. Okay, that's cool. That is pretty cool.
I think they just know everything that I'm pretty sure they know everything about me.
That's right. Well, we're gonna find out when we get back from the break. Welcome back, or welcome in, Sebastian. Am I saying that right?
Sebastian, yeah.
Sebastian?
Sebastian
Okay.
with a C. He likes to
Sebastian.
be called that.
Sebastian with a C. Well, I see you,
Yeah.
Sebastian, and welcome into the chat. We're gonna hit our first break. Sebastian, I know you just got here, so you better not go anywhere on me. You better not leave me during this break. But you can go get some water. You can go get some water, go to the washroom, and come back. Because when we get back, we might be giving out an Amazon gift card to someone in the chat. So don't go anywhere. Enjoy these reels. We'll be right back with some deep questions. And there's what's a washroom? Oh my god! Did I do it again? Go to the restroom. I'm sorry. Like, hydrate. Thanks, Ducky. Oh my god, Rick. Who invited him?
He has a bidet. He knows what a washroom is.
Oh my goodness, Rick. Okay, we have to talk after stream, Rick. I have a reason that I fucking don't have a bidet. It's a fucking everyone have fun with the shitter. Oh my goodness, yeah, everyone just like lining up to go use the restroom. Apologies. Alrighty, we'll see you after the break. Don't go anywhere. Go get some water. It's good for you. We'll see you in a sec.
One of my first kind of really serious online relationships. We spent a lot of time together, very condensed. Due to their home life, they had to take an abrupt exit from everything online. First it was like maybe every other day, which was like, that's a little weird. And then it became 3 days, 4 days, a week at a time. And I just had to sit with that giant question mark. And I got basically a one message heads up after not hearing from them about why things could not continue. And it was just a lot of external forces that caused some issues. All their social media has vanished. They're gone. And I haven't heard from them since. And sometimes you cannot get closure. Sometimes you just have to move on without knowing the answer.
If you could ask a single person one question, and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they could be dead or alive.
I think I would ask my dad if he wanted to be around more. I feel like I wanted him around, but I never knew how to ask. I always kind of wondered that. And clearly being almost 30, it still kind of eats at me. But I do think about that a lot. I always wonder if he wanted to be around more and he just maybe didn't know how to, or like what was it there that happened? Because I think not only me, but I think my sisters needed him too. I think we needed him and he wasn't there, and I never understood why. And I don't even know. Maybe he would say, I don't know. And that's okay, but I think there would be some sort of answer that I could say, okay, I can accept this.
If you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
I think it would end with something along the lines of, and she was happy. I think the ultimate goal of life is to achieve happiness. I hope happiness for every single person. That is the ultimate goal. It just perfectly summarizes it. You just want to be happy in life. I don't have to be big and famous and be filthy rich. I just want to be happy. That's all I want. It's very simple, but I just want to be happy.
What is the best advice that you have ever received?
It was to prioritize myself. I was always worried about my friends, and eventually that took a toll on me. My therapist was like, you have to focus on yourself. At the end of the day, you can't help everyone as much as you want to, and you can't please everyone. So focus on yourself, really understand how you're feeling, and set your boundaries. You have to prioritize your well-being.
What is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
You're the only person that can take care of yourself. Ultimately, you can ask others for help, and often you can get help, and that's wonderful. But when it comes down to it, you're brushing your own teeth every day, you're putting pants, you're the one taking care of yourself, you have to. if I want things to get done, I have to be the person looking for change.
What life-changing event have you experienced?
So I was with this person for just under 3 years, I think. But in that time, I basically completely isolated myself from my family, my friends. I was just like a typical, like very insecure teenager. I moved out just to be closer to this person. And this was a kind of like very controlling environment. Like they decided what I dressed, what I said. I couldn't swear because it wasn't ladylike. I couldn't buy protein powder because it would make me bulky. Developed an eating disorder. Didn't go to college for this person. It was a very, very controlling environment, and I moved in with this person when I was 18. And that was where I actually realized what kind of situation I was in. I think the worst part about it was because I had isolated myself so much, there are people that I lost because I didn't go spend time with them when I could. I was only allowed to be around that person, and that's it. You know, I lost my grandmother, and I lost someone who was basically a father to me during that time. And I think that's actually one of the things that created a turning point for me was when I lost that person and the person that I was with told me that I just had to get over it. And I think mental abuse is something that's not talked about enough. I want people to know because I want people to be able to learn. If there is somebody in your life that is telling you how to dress and how to act and who to talk to and who to be around, that person is toxic and is not worth a moment of your time.
What is your biggest fear in life?
Regret. So I never want to put myself in a shoulda, woulda, coulda scenario. I want to know that I did my best in every scenario that I've ever been across. I want to know that if I thought I should be doing it, I did it. Even if I tried, who cares? I tried. If I failed, whatever, I tried. But I never want to regret not doing something. This is how I see it. You get born, there's that dash in the middle, and then you die. So it's all about, did you make your life worthwhile? Did you live to the fullest? Did you enjoy that moment? Because you got to remember, everything that you did, you don't take with you. Everything that you gained, you don't take with you. You got to understand that I got to enjoy what's here in the now. So absolutely, my biggest fear in this world will always be regret.
Hello. Welcome back. How was everyone's time in the shitter? Welcome back, Nene. Good to have you. If everyone's coming back, it's fantastic. Lovely, Rick. I'm so glad that you came back. Just kidding. Oh, Beetle, my goodness, thank you for the gifted sub to Creefter? My goodness. Thank you for that. Appreciate that so much. You missed the hype train, Beetle. You missed the hype train earlier. We had a level 2 hype train. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty great. Right at the start too. It was amazing. But good to have you in, Beetle. Welcome in. Good to have you. However, this is the time of the show where we play Two Truths and a Lie. B, if you haven't already, yeah, thank you. Go get Pugs. Exactly. Go get Pugs. Tell Pugs to chop chop. Hurry up. Maybe you've never played Two Truths and a Lie, or maybe you don't know how it works on this channel. Well, let me. You're calling right now. Thank you, B. Let me show you how. If you direct your eyes to the stream, this is how you play Two Truths and a Lie. Let me know if you get a hold of Pugs. I'm interested to know now. Two Truths and a Lie is quite simple. There's 3 rules. The first rule is that the guest is going to provide 3 statements about themselves. 2 are fact and 1 is a lie. Number 2 is the viewers are going to be able to guess the false statement by voting in a poll. If the viewers are correct, one of the viewers will get a prize. You must be the Discord to claim the prize, and subs will get 5 extra subs. Or entries, sorry. If me, Bren, chooses the correct false statement, one of the viewers today will become a VIP of this channel. So, a little bit on stake here for the viewers here. If they get it right, we're giving away an Amazon gift card. And you might be asking, well, Brent, how do you pay for these gift cards? Well, it's from our lovely merch store. Enjoy this little promo for it. So if you want to get yourself some merch, we also have the Bren Bears. I don't know if they're in stock right now, but the Bren Dogs are definitely in stock right now. If you're interested in checking those out. And you can get your own. Quick with it? Yeah, you are, B. Alrighty, Nikki, I'm going to give you the floor to tell us your 3 statements.
Okay. Let's see if I mess this up. I'm not a good liar.
Just
I'm
read
really
them.
gonna try.
Just read them, yeah.
Okay. I've never been caught having sex. I've had an eating disorder. I've had 6 parents and 9 siblings total.
Hang on. Never been caught. Thanks. I mean, me neither, but second one was what, sorry?
I've had an eating disorder.
Okay.
Are you writing it down? Do I need
Yep.
to slide? Okay.
Just so I don't forget it. And then number 3 is
I've had 6 parents and 9 siblings.
6 parents, 9 siblings. Alrighty, chat. In just a moment here, our lovely mod Multi is going to set up a poll, which will pop up on your screen. So you're gonna have 3 minutes to throw in your answer. The majority wins. Whoever votes the majority is going to win. If you guys get the correct majority, someone will be doing a giveaway for a Amazon gift card of $10. That first one sounds sus. Why would you come up with that as a truth? The third option has numbers. Pugs, exactly what I'm thinking. So the first one is never been caught during sex, during having sex. This is 18+ stream. Never had an eating disorder is number 2. And number 3 is that she's had 6 parents and 9 siblings. So number 1, never been caught during sex. Number 2, had an eating disorder. And number 3 is had 6 parents and 9 siblings. See, that's what I'm saying. Number 1, I agree with 2. Number 1 sounds sus. Like that seems just like, I mean,
What if I changed a number though?
That's
That would
what
be an easy way to lie.
And maybe now she's just fucking with us now. See, that's what I don't know. Now I'm very sad that I wasn't there for Pugs. I mean, we didn't talk about siblings or parents. I mean, we met her mom.
My mom was here.
We met her mom, but that was about it.
That confirms 1 parent.
Yeah, my gosh, sex. It just seems too sus. You have to have sex in order to get caught. Rick,
I'm a virgin.
Got him.
On you.
Exactly.
Virgin birth.
Yeah, really. Oh shit, Ducky said it. Ducky says number 3. Ducky says number 3 is the cap. Ducky, you better have voted. Ducky, you better be one of those 2 that have voted there. Because if not, the chat's going to be upset when you don't get it. But people are still going number 1. People are still hitting it home for number 1. There's more people coming on for number 1. No one thinks that the number 2 is a lie.
Rude.
Number
No, she seems totally healthy.
I think more or less they're just hoping that you're not just using that as a lie, because I mean that is a little bit dark. However,
I had darker ones. I had looter ones. I'm like,
I guess.
dull it down, Nikki.
Everyone, Jay's here now. Exclamation mark bonk to say hi to Jay, because Jay is late. Just kidding. What's it called? I see more people going number 3 now. So number 1 is that never been caught during having sex. Number 2 is had an eating disorder, and number 3 is that you've had 6 parents and 9 siblings. Okay, so I see some more people going for number 2. I see some more people going for number 3. My goodness, this is going to be a close one for number 1 and 3, that's for sure. Never been caught during sex and had 6 parents and 9 siblings. Oh my goodness, we have tied it up.
Yum.
For 1 and 3. So had 6 parents and 9 siblings. If we end off on this will be the first time we've ever had a tied vote.
Wow.
So Multi, I need you to do me another favor here, and can you run it one more time, please? For just number 1 and number 3 as the 2 options, please. Not number 2. You don't have to put number 2 in there.
Y'all just think I'm a liar. Damn.
We're looking for the cap here. I need to put it on your thinking caps and find the cap. We have a new poll up here. Is it 1 or is it 3? I need your vote in there now. So number 1 is never been caught during sex. And number 3 is had 6 parents and 9 siblings. You know what's interesting to me, chat, is that perfectly relates to 69, which could be part of some sort of ploy here. I don't know though. But also, I also have some insider thing of Ducky. The other thing, Ducky, I don't know if you're playing with her or against us, or I'm confused. I came back just to tie it. Wolf, you crazy. Yo, you guys gotta pick one. You gotta pick one. One or the other. I'm missing some votes in here, so I need someone to vote here. I feel like someone's going through like clips to see stuff here at this point, because there's okay. Now we're still tied. Y'all are not helping it. You're not my dad.
Oh my god, it keeps going back and forth.
Rick, I'm not your dad, but I can be your daddy. I see number 3's taking the lead right now. Number 3, which is the 6 parents and 9 siblings. But I've also seen that there's 5 still. Very close vote. I've never been caught during sex. We all have double chance of winning. No, that's not how it works, Multi. That's not how it fucking works. You don't have to cover all bases. No, it's not how it works.
Put money on red and black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not how it fucking works. Donovan, we're playing 2 Truths, 1 Lie. Welcome back, by the way. Number 1 is that she's never been caught during having sex. And number 3 is that she has 6 parents and 9 siblings. Number 2 was that she had an eating disorder. There was only 2 on that one, but we've tied here once. We're doing a second vote right now here. So I need to know here. I need to figure out here. What is 2 Truths, 1 Lie? Yeah, exactly. Never been caught during having sex is number 1. Number 3 is that she's had 6 parents and 9 siblings. Number 1's taking the lead now, but this has been back and forth. So I don't know. It's funny. Rick got awful quiet once I said I'd be his daddy. Strange.
His hands are busy now.
Yeah, exactly. Put your non-TOS silicone toys away there, Rick. All right. And we're back to tied. My goodness. Oh, I've been caught. She lying. What do you mean she lying? What? She mean? Oh, I've been caught. Oh, I see. I see. My toys are made of wood. I keep it old school. Oh, you like the splinter buttholes? I see. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. I got you, Rick. It's all good. There's no pull up anymore. There is a pull up. You just gotta click around. There's definitely a pull up. Right now, number 1 is taking the the thing. Rick, I'm not responding to that. The number 1, which is never been caught during sex. Number 3 is 6 parents, 9 siblings. We have finished it. My toys are figurines. Everyone has been caught. Bro. No, I haven't. Speak for yourself, Donovan. I haven't. That I know of. I'm so sorry if my mom's lurking today. I'm so sorry.
I had worse ones, okay? I dulled it down.
I appreciate that. I'm now thinking back to our chat that we had here. So chat has guessed number 1 is the lie. I'm in sure I haven't. Virginia rocks. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying, Pugs. I'm in Pugs. See, y'all are liars. No, we just know how to lock a door, Donovan. So chat has guessed. Now it's my turn to guess. I haven't gone with chat in a little while. Thanks, Multi. Multi's checked the chat. He goes, no mama in chat. You're good. Go fucking crazy. That doesn't mean that she doesn't watch this after, Donovan. Or sorry, Donovan. Multi. That doesn't mean that she doesn't watch it after. Can't get caught if you've never done it. That's what I'm fucking saying, Jay. All the doors have no doors. Strange, ain't it, Rick? About 3 weeks ago, I would have disagreed. Hi, Mama Lisa from the future. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Mom. My mom, no, Paul, let's be honest. As soon as she heard about being caught during sex, my mom has clicked off and gone. She's supportive to a point. Alrighty, so this chat has gotten kinky. Alrighty, so happens to the best of them. My goodness. Yeah, Mama Lisa has her limits. Bye, Mama Lisa from the future. Yeah, exactly. All right. So it's my turn to choose here. What we're thinking here. Too funny. I have this feeling my mom is still sitting here just shaking her head. Even if she's watching in the future. I almost got caught through my Alexa. Yo, that's a story there, Beetle. I'm gonna go with number 1 as well. I'm gonna go chat. I haven't gone with chat the last couple weeks, and that proved very bad watching Incognito. And that proved to be very bad because when I chose against chat last time, we both were wrong, and I felt like a fucking idiot. So I'm gonna say one is just too weird to put it as a lie, but maybe that's the point of you throwing us off. So Nikki, I'm gonna say, is the lie that you have actually indeed been caught during sex?
Yes.
Let's
And
fucking,
there were no doors. It was outdoor.
let's fucking go. Run that success.
You can't
Chat.
walk in the outdoors.
Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we have gotten a success that we've all won, both me and chat. Congratulations, chat. That means you guys are getting a giveaway. It also means someone's losing VIP today and we're replacing them with a new family member. So let's do it right now. Welcome in, good guy, Helios. I swear I might have butchered that. Yeah, no, Rick is definitely an incognito. There's no shot about it. What? Rick will ask the questions later. Just pause. Just pause. Your streak continues, Pugs. That's what I'm saying. Posture check. Let's straighten this up a bit. Take someone else's VIP, please. Well, we have 5 VIPs. Why don't we do that while I start and set up the giveaway here? So how this works, Nikki, is that you're gonna pick someone to be in my family. We're also kicking someone out of my family. So
Okay.
we have some VIPs here, and someone's going to be losing that VIP. Why did you lose your VIP, Wolf? I'm confused. Did you say something? Hang on. Did you lose it to someone? Am I just tripping? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you must have lost it. That's right. You lost it because you gave it up to Iggy. That's right. That's right.
You're doing great, Brandon.
Thank you, Nene. Appreciate it. So we are giving away VIP to someone. In chat, if you guys are in chat, can you please put, if you would like to be a VIP of this channel, we're bringing in the family. Rick, not you. I'm just kidding. You can if you want. If you want, you can select the thing that says pick me. It's a little hand in the chat. If you'd like to be a part of our VIPs, there's only 5. It is limit of 5. Aside from my 2 actual family members, my mom and my lovely girlfriend, Alyssa. If you'd like to be a part of those 5, throw the pick me in there. And in a few moments here, we're going to put Nikki to the test as she has to remove one and add one to our VIP list. A very fun little task here. Oh, you got lots of names to pick from. Pugs, you can't be it twice. It doesn't work like that. I think our VIP, please. Pugs and I are been loyalists. I think our VIP, please. I mean, it is true. I will say there has been a lot of people that have been on here, but I will say B and Pugs have been the most dedicated since they've gotten their thing. So, Nikki, there's a couple names in chat here. I'll read them all out here in just one moment here, so you can see there. If you'd like to be a part of it, you got to hit the pick me right now. Rick, did you know, by the way, the answer to that? Because you said about the outdoors before we knew it was the outdoors, which is kind of interesting. So put the pick me in chat if you haven't already. I think there's like 5 or so already that we have to choose from here.
I think great minds just think alike. I'm not sure Rick knew that.
No, yeah, okay, I mean, sure. Amazon gift card. If I can spell Amazon correctly, that'd be lovely. Alrighty. So, it's time for you to choose a VIP. Do you want to choose one first? Or do you want to take one off first? What do you want to do?
I'll choose one.
You're gonna choose one first? Alrighty. So, you have a couple names to choose from here. The first one's null. There's 2 null that are in here. So you have Beetle. Oh, no, hang on. Is it Beetle? Yes, you have Beetle in here too. So you have Multi, which cannot be one because he's a mod and it will not work like that. We have Jay or Don. We have Beetle. We have Sweet and Dirty. We have Wolf. We have Pugs, who cannot be chosen because Pugs is already a VIP currently. And you have Nene. So please, out of those one of those names, can you please let me know who you would like to choose? And if anyone else would like to do it in, you have about a few seconds here before we choose. If you'd like to put in your last little pick me here before we choose here.
You want me to go or you want me to wait a second?
Yeah, no, if you're ready.
Yeah, I want to pick Sweet because she's Sweet.
Hey, fair
She
enough.
deserves a family. She
Well-
slept at work last night.
Oh my goodness. Well, now you can sleep at our residence. ! Discord to get into
Yeah.
Bren's residence. You can sleep on the couch. We have a lovely living room. We hang out there all the time.
Yeah, she has a home now.
Exactly. Welcome in. Take off the shoes. Kick it back on the sofa. You're always welcome here. Sweet and dirty VIP. There you go. What do you mean rigged, Rick? What the fuck?
You didn't even put yourself in.
That's
Rick.
what I'm saying.
I would have picked you just to troll him, so he'd
That
be
would've been-
stuck with you,
That'd been
like
terrible.
I am.
I feel like I'm already kind of stuck with Rick. It's been 2 back-to-back shows now that I've had to put up with Rick in chat. I was kidding. Exclamation for family. We need to have that. Oh, I see another one. That's
His feet pics.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's Mr. Ken Carter's feet pics, by the way. For any of you who's wondering. Go if you're looking to go and buy some feet pics there. Alrighty, now it's time for you to choose someone to be removed from the family. You're kicking someone out of the family. You're wrecking this family. There is currently 5 people you can choose
Daddy's
from.
going out for cigarettes.
My goodness, thank you. Yeah. So they'll go out for milk and they ain't coming back. You have to.
I was thinking about picking Sweet again.
Yeah, you cannot pick someone you've chosen today. That's not how this works. The people you can choose from our VIP list is. Thank you so much, Smiley. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Is B. Dre, Damien, Iggy, or Pugs. You have 5 people to choose from. I don't know who's in chat right now.
Yeah, is everybody here?
So from what I've seen from chat today, and I'm just going based off of chat, they might be lurking. Is Dre is not here. I know Dre is taking a break from Twitch from what I've heard from him. Damien, we haven't seen in a little while. Iggy's usually here, but so Iggy might be at work right now. Pugs is here. B is here.
Let's pick Dre then. They won't miss if they're not here.
All right, that's fair. Pugs, B, you live to see another day. Are you on VIP? Is that what you do? That's it. I'm sorry, Dre, if you're here. I love you
Should have
either way.
spoken up. Everyone else is begging.
Dre, the first person to be removed from the family, unfortunately.
Oh
07's in-
shit! Wait, this is a new thing.
I mean,
You
well,
made me like chop someone off.
07's in chat, please. It's all right. I'm sure Dre won't hate you that much.
Oh god, nobody clip it.
But you know what's great though? It's, oh my goodness, is that just 5 clips I see now? I was gonna say. However, though, we like to focus on the positives here. Welcome in, Sweet and Dirty. Also, we have one more positive here. A giveaway. Hang on, let's go check it out. Let's go see. Where is this little thing here? Discuss stream 2. Is that what this one? So you see your name on there. I have one person in there right now. That's Malty. If you'd like to be entered in, you need to do !enter to get into the giveaway. So all you gotta do, if your name's on there, you're entered. Subs, like I said, get an extra 5 entries. You must be in the Discord to enter. Keep that in mind. !enter is all you gotta do. Make sure you are in the Discord. And that's it. That's it. You just got to be in the Discord just so we can get a hold of you. That's really the main reason why we need you in Discord. You do not have to be a part of when we do the draw later, but you do need to be in the Discord so we can reach you when it is. If we cannot find you, we're not going to be able to give it to you. So keep that in mind. !enter is all you need to do. Oh boy, we'll be seeing Rick after in Discord. Let's go. Discord is all you have to do. It's a cool place. It's a pretty cool place, I will say. Bren, I won't stand for this easier of wolf sacrifice. What do you mean? Wait, what time is the Canucks game tonight, Bren? It is at 7 p.m. if it goes on. There's talk that it might not go on, Donovan. Enter, perfect. So I see so many names here. If your name is not on here, Erisher? What is this one of these words? Yeah, we got a bidet discussions that need to be had. That's true. Our Badon'ts discussions actually is what it was. So I see on here, I see Multi, I see Jay, I see Wolf, I see Donovan, I see Beetle, I see B, I see Ray, I see Ducky, I see Pugs, Sweet and Dirty, I see Nene, I see Rick, I see Sebastian with a C. I see Sebastian with a C. I see Nurse Merce, and I see Smiley. If you haven't already, if you !enter, if your name's not on that list, you are currently not entered in to be a part of this giveaway. It's a $10 gift card to Amazon. Someone's gonna be winning it today. Why not be you? Am I right?
Oh, nurse is for male nurse, by the way. They're called nurses.
Oh,
Or a male purse. I've heard that too.
I'm fucking dumb. That's true. That's
Yeah.
fair. Mercy also is like a male purse. That's right. That's right. Now I'm more interested why Canucks won't play than spending time with my mom and my friend and her mom. Canucks might not play because of COVID regulations by the NHL. They've had 2 outbreaks today. That's likely why. Exclamation mark enter if you'd like to. This runs till the end of the show. Nikki, you're more than welcome to enter as well into this if you'd like. There's
I feel like they would think it's rigged, so I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, can we confirm Donovan and Multi? I don't think anyone who's actually been on the show has ever won before, so that'd be actually the first time anyone has won there. So,
God, that's tempting just because I want to be the first. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, you always give it back away too.
I guess that's true. Okay.
Multi, calm the fuck down. Nikki about to be a pioneer. Exactly.
I do like to be the first.
Yeah. My God, Multi. All right. So that is the thing. Exclamation mark enter if you haven't already. There, it'll go for the rest of the show. If your name's not on this list here, well, how am I supposed to give you a gift card if you don't enter? I'm just saying. Jokes on you, my it's $10 Rip Looney. No, actually, we will do it to your currency. So whatever currency you prefer, I will do it in. So yeah, it's
the best conversion rate.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you choose, I should say, or whatever you prefer. Justice for Wolf. Okay, I see it. I get it. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Wolf was the first one to be kicked out of the family. I forgot. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. All right. Jeez. Fuck. Geez, chat just doesn't let me forget things, that's for sure. Alrighty. So now we're gonna dissect all these things here. Cancel Brand, you need to chill. You're my mod. Okay. What's good? You're supposed to be helping me, all right? I messed up my own name. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna go one by one. We're gonna start with the one that was we're gonna start with the first one here. Never been caught during having sex. So you have been, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened?
Like I said, no doors could be locked. It was outside. It was raining with a little tarp thing. And his neighbor came out and decided that he needed to check and see if we were okay. So he peeked over. He's like, "Hey, everything going all right?" We're like, "Yes."
It sounds like someone's back's being blown out over there. Are you okay?
It was a nosy neighbor. Dude, we're on this property. Mind your business.
Oh my
Looking
goodness.
through the fence. And saying something about it. Like, what? Why? Like, even if you saw oh shit, I'm out of here. No, he had to say something about it. So
yo, okay, you guys, what happened to your clothes? You okay? You lose them?
You look cold.
Yeah. And you know it's raining outside?
Yeah, you know it's raining out here?
You're gonna catch a cold. But why they gotta ask? Yeah, really though. Yeah. Oh my goodness. What do you mean? Are you okay? I'm actually great. Thanks for asking.
I guess maybe they thought we were wrestling. I don't know.
Yeah, wrestling.
An invader.
Y'all need any help? For real though.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, exactly.
You need a hand?
Oh my goodness. Can I join? Whoa. Oh my goodness. This chat today is wildin'. Number 2. Obviously we're going from different tones to another here.
Yeah.
So you've obviously had an eating disorder in your past. Mm-hmm. Explain as much as you'd like.
That's one that I didn't think people would get because I've never talked about it, but I have bulimia and I've had that since my first divorce. It's an anxiety disorder, contrary to what people think. It's directly related to my stress level. So, and my happiness. So when I'm doing good that way too. But with school and stuff, it was getting really hard to juggle full-time school, full-time taking care of my son and working full-time, all of it. It was getting really bad. I never got help for it, but since I've been in therapy, just therapy, it's gotten a lot better. And because of this divorce, I was put on antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds, and it ended up helping too, because I didn't realize how much it would help just taking those things daily. So I am actually doing really well. despite everything else that's fucking fallen apart.
That's good. That's really
I said fucking, take that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mods making fun of me. I say it all the time.
Thank you everyone for spamming that love. That's exactly what it's there for. Appreciate that.
I don't feel like people are open enough about stuff like that. They're like
That's true.
embarrassed of that kind of thing, but like streamers are people too. Like I get people DMing me about stuff and they're just so shocked when I actually answer. Like I'm just like next level famous or something. Like I have fucking problems just like you. Like I have all kinds of problems. Like we're not perfect. We're just people. So remember that next time you want to say a mean comment to someone.
Yeah. Rick. I'm kidding. What's it called? And then the 6 parents, 9 siblings. How does I can count that I have 2 parents. I mean, I have step parents, obviously, which I guess are 4. But now I'm interested.
You have to count them.
How'd you get to 6? That's what I'm interested in.
Both of my parents have been married 3 times.
Okay.
And then there's been step siblings, half sibling, whole sibling, ex step siblings. So like throughout my life, it's just like been rotating families, like rotating who's in my life, who's not. And yeah, that's the number. I didn't notice the 69 until you said something, so that was pretty clever. I think you threw a lot of people off with that. But yeah,
I steered them the right way. It's good.
6 parents.
There we go. Pugs, I have 2 biological parents and 2 friends that adopted me unofficially. Hey, I'm sure, Pugs, I think you've seen it, I'm sure, in chat. Mama Lisa is, like, adores you, Pugs. So I'm sure Mama Lisa would adopt you. I mean, probably officially, too, honestly. What's it called as well? So you got another one there.
I have a lot of daddies.
Oh.
That's what you want me to say.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually all 6 parents. Is we got Smiley, we got must be hard to feel comfortable with one family if it's consistently changing. I mean, that is a good question.
Yeah. The only consistency has been my mom and my oldest brother. Everything else has been rotating. So it's weird. It's weird getting new siblings here and then losing them other places. So yeah.
Totally fair. Well, that's 2 Truths, 1 Lie. This is the part of the show where we go into the deeper questions, the nitty gritty. We get into kind of the realer questions. The
those weren't deep enough for you. Oh my gosh.
B, can you confirm that was nowhere near?
Oh my gosh.
But we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna learn a lot more about you today. We're not gonna be asking if you fart or not, Rick.
My brother went on my Discord earlier and says that I farted. I'm like, he can't prove that.
However, we're going to learn things about you. So there's been things I picked up on, things that you said here, the things I've done on research, and I found out about you. And so far it's been lighthearted. Thank you, B and Pugs. Exactly. What's it called? And so we're gonna kind of be interested. So we've obviously got to know a little bit about you so far. We've learned that your favorite word is moist. We've learned that you have a mod named Rick who just
talks about poop a lot. Yeah.
Yep. And other things. We found out that you have an amazing community. That's been very lovely to join us today.
Yeah.
We found out that the community is also part of basically your family, essentially too. We've heard a little bit about your son. We've heard a little bit about your divorces. We've heard a little bit about you, kind of in your coming up as a nurse and stuff like that. But now we're going to dive deep in and find out more about you. The first thing I wanted to see, because I picked up on this just as you were finishing up that second, the story for the second one, that you said you've actually been through, I'm assuming, unless you worded this wrong, more than one divorce. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about kind of the first one, the second one, and how that kind of played out, and how kind of like things went up and down through those moods and stuff like that, and where you're at, where streaming. So obviously, as you said, you've been streaming for about 6 years now. And so it's been, obviously there's been some up and downs. Would you start streaming in your first relationship? Were you in your second? Were you out of a relationship? Where were you at that point?
My first marriage was when I was 18, and then we had my son together, but we were divorced like the day after I turned 22. So I started streaming like a year after that. But I had a boyfriend at the time, a computer programmer, and he helped me with stream stuff. Like, you set everything up. So shout out to you, but you're an asshole. So yeah, I was dating him for a while. That didn't work out, and then I met my husband. Well, I had already started streaming on Mixer. I actually had just I got partnered with Mixer shortly after meeting him. So I was like really into streaming, and then when I married him and moved in with him, I did streaming like that was my job. Like, he gave me time. He's like, just do this if you want for like 6 months. Don't worry about getting another job. Like, try this. I'm like, okay. But obviously that's not how things worked out. So yeah, I guess I was with that boyfriend when I started streaming in there. But my first marriage ended because I think we were just too young. Everyone always says like, oh, you're so young. Like, yeah, we weren't who we are meant to be. Like, we're not grown. At 18, 19, like, you're not who you're gonna be at that age. So I understand now, but obviously you have to go through it because you don't want to hear it from anyone. But what happened with my son when he was born, like, it made it apparent that I couldn't depend on him to take care of things that needed to be taken care of, that I was doing it on my own. So I just basically, it sounds bad, but I was married to a man baby. Like, like, I felt like I had to take care of him and my son and myself all together, and like, he would never stand up for us or anything. I don't know. We were just young, and I knew that wasn't the kind of relationship I wanted to be in anymore. So I left. And yeah, that's how that one ended. But it was years later when I got married again, and I'm not sure I'm down to get married again. Honestly, it's
Fair.
quite the hassle.
That's fair. And so that was the second one, and then the second one came along. You said a couple years later, and that obviously,
Yeah,
how
we're
that-
still married technically. right
okay.
now.
But
We're
you
going through a divorce.
That's what you said. Okay. Yeah, because I actually, you know what's funny is I actually saw in one of your streams that you had your stream goal was
The divorce.
the divorce. Yeah.
And
I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You're currently
And that one's obvious why I had left that one. Not
okay.
good.
What is the obvious for those who don't know? Then what's the thing you've talked about a little bit of kind of the being controlled
all
and stuff.
kinds of all kinds of abuse. Just it started as like manipulation. And then like over time I was so controlled. I wasn't like allowed to do things. I didn't have access to finances at all. Like, I would have to ask to buy anything, kind of thing. Just so, I guess, like, financial abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, and like near the very end, like, physical abuse. And it was just bad. It just kept getting worse. He has his own mental health stuff going on. He's now getting help, and that's great for him, but I'm not gonna stick around anymore. So
That's fair.
that's the bright side of it. He's now getting help.
And that is good. That is good for him, obviously, and I think it's also good for you too, that you made that choice for you, for your safety, that it was better for you, for your mental health, for your, I mean, physical health too. It sounds like it got to that point. So I'm glad you're out of that situation there as well too, and had made that choice for you, because I'm sure that wasn't an easy choice too, and that feeling of
it was very hard. It took a lot to get me to that point. To like, I feel like I was brainwashed. It's really weird to say. Like, I understand how someone can be in a cult now and not realize it. Like, I feel like it wasn't up to me. This is what I knew, and this is how it is, and that's my life. But my therapist told me, like, well, I described a situation to her, and she's like, if that happened when your son is there, I'd have to report that to CPS. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, I'm gonna lose my son? Like, it really like slapped me into reality of like, this is not a safe situation, and I could even lose like the most important person in my life because of someone else, because of how they're treating me. Not that they were doing anything to him, but just seeing that is abuse to him too. So I didn't want him to ever have to see that happening.
The thing too is taking your son to someone that's and being the safest for that. And I know mom's had something similar too. Like, there's been unfortunately times where there was one situation, and this is me going a little bit too open, and mom, I really hope you're not watching this one, because I might get in trouble for this one. There was an abusive partner that she had, always verbally. It was never physical. I will say that, never to her, something like that. But it was always verbally to her. And I agreed. I think it very probably similar sense from what I've heard from anyone who has been in kind of situations. You never know until you're out of it, and that's the worst part. And she really got stuck in that situation where she kind of was just wanting to do the best for whatever my sister and I were, and that was in her mind the best. What she thought was best was to keep us there in a happy house. It cost a lot of money, and then it went to the point where he one day snapped out at me and like freaked out at me and like called me like a piece of shit, lazy piece of shit type of thing, and snapped out. And when I say my mom gives her whole heart to me and my sister, I will always remember this moment, because I'm not kidding you. By the end of that night, we were moved out of that house. Like, there was not even 24 hours. We were out of that house by the next night and in a new place that she felt was safer for us, because that's her kids and you don't talk to her kids like that. And I don't know if you want to call it the mama bear instinct or not, but I think you can do whatever the fuck you want to me, but when it comes to my kids, don't fucking think about it. And I mean, I'm grateful for my mom for that and taking her out of that. And obviously I didn't really realize it because I think just too, like, I don't know if ignorance is a word to realize that what it was happening. But when we moved, it was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, this is all adding up. Like, this makes sense. Like, these things that he like said weren't okay. And like the way he like said things to her and like put her down on her was like not okay. But it didn't really click into me, because I didn't really I never experienced that, because my dad was never that type. My dad was never that type to talk badly about her in that sense. They had their fights and stuff like that, and they never really got along, but he never raised a hand to her. He never like called her like slurs or anything like that, but they obviously didn't get along in their own ways, and there was a missing piece of that puzzle, but it was never, in my eyes, personally, abusive. I followed her and you recently. This is a very powerful and tragic story with a happy ending. I mean, it is, and I think it's because, thank you, Shockwave, by the way. It is because someone decided that it wasn't okay, and it wouldn't have. I unfortunately would still be probably in that situation, and with a lot more trauma, had my mom decided that was enough. And so yeah, no, like, you're definitely right, and unfortunately there's not everyone's like that. But I will say though, it is like, it's almost important to almost do checkups on yourself and the people that you love and stuff like that, and make sure that it is a healthy relationship with you and that person you love. Because I think sometimes, because it is someone that you love, you're like, okay, but it's just, they love me, it's tough love, it's fine.
They wouldn't hurt me. Yeah.
And that's not always the case. Like, I hope for most of you it is, but there is sometimes where it unfortunately isn't, and sometimes the other people don't see that side of things, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Thank you. I'm seeing all your things.
That's the importance of friends, though. Like, I wish I had friends to be like, "Oh, this happened to me," and they would have been like, "What the fuck, girl? Get out!" Like, I didn't have that.
You're doing great,
and I
Ben.
think that's like a whole nother part of the abuse, is that they separate you from the people that would tell you that these people aren't good for you. And you don't realize it. It just happens over time. And it can be really dangerous, because I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone. I had one of my mods as like my emergency contact. Like, if I push a certain thing on my phone a couple times, like, it would send a message to him like, hey, basically, like, I'm in danger. I accidentally did it the other day. And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, nothing. So shout out to my mod. Sorry.
But no, like, exactly. I think it's something that, like, the sad part is that you even had to hide something like that on your phone. And
yeah, I didn't realize that until later.
Of course, right? And it's funny because it's crazy, because I feel like I'm hearing this story a second time, because when Haley came on, I don't know if I don't think I've ever introduced you to Haley or anything like that. She was in the stream on Who Are You? But on her episode of Connections, she had a very similar story, that she had a boyfriend who was very I think it was just verbally abusive and mentally abusive, or emotionally abusive, and started basically just like pulling her away from everyone, not realizing it one by one. Friends are leaving, stuff like that. And to the point where she moved out with him and stuff like that, and then it got really unhealthy once she moved out with him. And she figured it out. I don't recall exactly how she figured it out, but it's something that's so crazy to me, that how manipulative it gets to the point where you can't even see it, but like it's totally a part of it. Like you don't even see it because you're whether it's making excuses for them or stuff like that. It's hard to say. I don't know. It's so crazy. So I'm glad you're out of that. I'm very happy that you are out of that. You've done. Hi, Mom. I'm so glad you're joining now.
But it's like boiling water. If you just stick your hand in boiling water, you're like, ow. But if it gets hot over time, you don't really notice it. And I think that's like the tactic that is used, because you don't realize that this water's getting hot and you're dying. So yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, Rick, that's Mama Lisa. My real mom.
Rick, behave.
The one who I just told you all about. Mom, I might have overshared a little too much, so I love you. And
her story's a lot like mine.
And chat loves you.
Just instantly, I left just out of the blue like that too. I get it.
Yeah. So I know
Mama bears.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say though, I know, and who are you? You definitely got Mama Lisa's vote, because you said, "Oh, a single mom, I love her." So I mean, hey, there you go. But yeah, and so I think like good for you for getting yourself out of that situation. And you seem way happier from it. However, I'm still gonna ask you right now, how happy are you right now?
Is there like a scale I have, or
sure, you can rate it on however far you would like to rate it. Also, by the way, before you answer this, I'd like to say hi to my lovely co-host Ken Carter in chat. I saw you were in here, but I also didn't want to interrupt the guest, unfortunately, for that part there. And also hi Sharky. What's up, Sharky? Good to see you both in here. Welcome in. Both on Who Are You this past weekend on the Saturday. So welcome in. Good to see you guys. Sharky, you're about to start a subathon, I hear. Crazy.
I bet he hasn't slept since then either.
I'm sure he hasn't slept since.
He's
Who
so
are
crazy.
you?
Yeah. Happiness level, out of like 10, I'd say I'm like a 9.
Okay.
And it would be a 10 if I had my own place and didn't live with my parents right now. But I'm thankful to have this place to come to when I really need it, and I don't have to pay rent, so that's great. But I don't see eye to eye with my parents on things, so that's the only downside. But other than that, like, I'm very happy. I'm doing exactly what I want to do, between like creating things, art, cosplay, video games, streaming, just hanging out with people, like really building my community with like community nights and movie nights. We watched The Matrix last night together. Like, that doesn't benefit me anything other than like feeling home in a way, like virtually home. Because I don't do it on stream. I benefit nothing from movie nights, but I enjoy them. I enjoy hanging out with everyone. So I'm happy with the progress I'm making with myself and my therapy and my mental health problems. I have hard days still, but it's like they seem like so far away. Like, I just keep getting further and further away from those hard days. Like, the last really hard day was Thanksgiving, because I was alone. But like later that night, I streamed or had a community night or something, and it was all better. So I don't know. I'm exactly where I want to be right now.
You know what's crazy? That was the night I met you.
Oh, was it?
It definitely
yeah,
was.
It was.
Because you watched Austin Powers in your Discord.
Yeah.
And I was able to catch
I
up for a
cried
bit.
for like an hour that day, but afterwards, I'm good.
That's interesting how things like that work. That's very interesting how that worked. How I found you on the day that you said it was like a bad day. That's interesting because as you said that, I was like, you know what? That's crazy because I think I was on American Thanksgiving. I was looking around on Twitch just for people to see what it was, and I met someone else. I had met someone else on Twitch as well, who's going to be a guest in January as well. And then I met you on that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's so interesting to see how that kind of all aligns. So yeah, right. It was meant to be. We were meant to be friends.
It goes to show, like, you don't know what people are going through. Like, I spent a good piece of that day just crying and being upset. But, like, later on, I'm sure you didn't, like, see that. I was probably happy and
wouldn't have
hanging
guessed.
out, and enjoying everything. So you don't really know what people are going through just because they have a smile on their face.
100% true. And I'm gonna go back to kind of what Brack said in the past episode is you see a name that pops in chat. Let's say Shockwave Inc. I see them in chat. I know that they're here. I know they're hanging out. I know that they like tattoos from them pointing out the tattoos, but I don't know who they really are. I don't know the shit they go through because I know they have shit because everyone fucking does, and it's unfortunate. But I know they have something that unfortunately makes them crack. And I'm sorry to point you out like this, Shockwave. But like I know there's something that everyone has something, and I don't know enough about them, but I see them here and wanting to spend time with us, and that's really cool. And that means obviously a lot to me, probably more than they even know. But the thing is, I would love to know more about
You're
them.
doing great, Bren.
Thanks, Malty. And so yeah, no, I think there's that kind of that give and that kind of give and take, I guess, in a sense. But it's quite weird that people are, I mean, here watching us when they could be doing so many other things. It's really cool to me, and
I think that all the time.
It means a lot to me for sure. So I can definitely
Time
relate
is
in that sense.
valuable.
It really is, right? Let's see what else we got here. What is the best piece of advice that you have ever received?
Can it be a quote?
Of course, you can.
Okay, I might get this wrong, but it's the I think it's Michael Jordan. I don't know. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So every time I think like, oh, I'll just take today off from streaming or anything, whatever, like, well, I'm not gonna get anywhere if I don't work for it. Like you know, if I don't take a chance in making something work, it's never gonna happen because I never tried. Like you, if you don't play the lotto, you're not gonna win.
True.
So,
That's very true. I like that because I think it's very true. And I mean, I'm into a little bit of sports, and so I mean, it's definitely something that it's.
I'm not into sports at all. Sorry, don't think that I'm a sports person.
And
I'm totally not.
And so I've definitely heard that quote before. And yes, it was Wayne Gretzky. But that's all right.
Whatever. I don't know.
Michael Jordan.
It might look like I know sports.
Hey, that doesn't. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. But I will say is definitely true. Not only just in sports, but also in life.
Yeah, I use it for life.
If you don't, yeah, of course. It's called if you don't at least try, you're never gonna know. And I've kind of led with that almost in a sense that motto in the streaming thing. I've wanted to be a content creator as long as I can think, and I've done it on a smaller level and things like that. But one thing that I never had that I found that I really have just totally loved doing this is that I always lost a passion somehow. And I realized it was because I didn't feel comfortable to be able to share my craft with others. And you have to be able to promote this to get far anywhere on any sort of content creation. You need to be able to promote your stuff. And where does it start? Usually your family and friends. And then it grows from there and stuff like that. And with me, that was really hard for other things. But I will say is doing this has been the best thing for me personally, and I'm so proud to share it to others. My family knows, my workplace knows, my friends know. Like it's no secret. Everyone's like, "Oh, you stream on Twitch," and like you can tell there's that kind of reaction. Like, are they gonna be like anxious about it, or are they gonna be like, are they gonna tell me about it? I'm like, yeah, I actually do this really cool podcast. It's called Connect, and like I get to be able to do that, which is like really cool to me. But yeah, no, it's definitely it's really interesting. It's very interesting, and it's only because I decided one day that I was going to hit the go live button and actually do this, which is so crazy to me. And yeah, no, I think if you lead with that kind of motto, it's awesome. So
yeah, there's another one. I think it's from Peter Pan. I don't know. It's from a book or something. It's like something about like flies. Like, oh, but what if I fall? It's like, oh, wait. It's what if I fall? Like when you jump, is like, oh my dear, what if you fly? So like. You could fall, sure. You could fail. This could be a massive failure. Or it could be everything you've ever wanted. So it's the same kind of thing, whatever.
So on that task, since we're talking about this, first off, also I just want to say to Shockwave, I hope you're okay. I see that I've been reading a little bit here and there about the being like assaulted, Shockwave, and I'm so sorry. I really hope you're safe at this point. That's definitely a scary situation to go through. Because what happened? Oh, that's awesome. That's
exactly
really cool.
what you were talking about, though. Like, you don't know what people have gone through.
Oh, totally. And that's the thing, is everyone unfortunately has a story. I mean, I'd love to hear it, but it's unfortunate that we have to. It really is that way. Because of what happened, I am now designing an esports city with the government of Dubai to help people get through mental health through gaming. That's so awesome, Shockwave. Shockwave, if you have Discord, !Discord, I'd love to talk to you later. I don't have too much time after stream, but tomorrow, if you have time tomorrow, I'd love to talk to you about that. I think that's a amazing initiative. And if I'd be able to help in some sort of form or fashion, I'd love to be kind of interested in it. Something, even if it's just me kind of helping you promote it a little bit. I'd love to kind of hear about it at least. It sounds very interesting. But as far as you were talking a little bit here about like, really those are some of the regret being kind of that. And so my question to you is, if you were to die tonight, what would you regret not doing?
I don't want to say the first thing that came to my mind. Let me think
Why
of
not?
something else.
Why not?
Because your mom's here. That's what I'm gonna say.
Mommy here? Close your ears, Mom.
I think I would regret most not telling the people I love that I love them enough. Like, often enough. Yeah.
Come on, don't give me that. Don't leave me at that. That sounds like a great.
I tell my son all the time, right? But I don't think I tell my mom enough. I don't tell my brother enough. I don't tell my friends enough. Being a female and having mostly male friends, it's like even if I love them, it's hard to tell them that without them thinking too much into it. You know, like I can love someone and not be in love with someone, just like I love my female friends. Well, I'm bisexual, so that's not relevant. But the point is, like, I wish it was more okay to just tell people that you love them. You know? I don't know. Yeah. I kind of want to go tell my mom I love her now.
I mean, you definitely can.
Just take a break. Let me go tell my mom I love her.
Do you want to? You can?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell her later.
Okay. You gotta promise me you're actually gonna go do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell my mom I
That's good. Okay. I better get a message when you actually do it saying,
okay.
I did it. But I would say I agree. I think I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like in my sense, like when people are like, oh, like about saying people like about love thing. We have said love in here. Like, come on. Like,
well, sure. Okay. But
Yeah.
you're a male.
True.
So
True.
with my, like, are you saying that to females very often? Because
I will. If they're friends, yes.
I
If they're
have
friends,
a
yes.
different view. If I tell friend, I don't know. I find that people tend to overthink things in the wrong way when you're a female telling them that you love them.
I guess. I don't know. Like, I think for me personally, I have a girlfriend I've been with for 5 years. I'm very comfortable with. I trust her. I know where her loyalties lay. I know where mine lay. And I at least hope that she does. Obviously, I can't speak for her. But I would say is the conversations that we've had, she knows, from what I assume, that's not going to be in jeopardy through any part of this or any friendships that I have. But it also goes both ways. And so I would say is very important to me to say love you to the homies. It is something that I do quite often. It might not be every single conversation, but it will be something that I think is important. Whether it's me saying bye to my friends that are streaming. For instance, just literally last night, Rick. What's it called? Is literally last night, our lovely friend Boaru, who I know a lot of people who are in here know of, was streaming. And as I was leaving, I was like, love you, homie, like peace out, sort of thing, like take care of something, like, and I know I don't know. I get where you're coming from, I totally do, but I think for me, I'm far more, my regret would be not doing it, and I'd much rather have someone confused about it, I guess, than me not say it at all, if that makes sense. Like, I know that's a weird way to put it,
I'm
but
just
like,
gonna make like 20 people think that they're out of the friend zone now when they're still in it. Sorry, guys.
well, I don't know.
Like it's easy to tell like Sweet, like I love Sweet, like I love you.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's easy because she's a female and I don't think that she'll overthink it too much. But
I mean, if they overthink it, well,
like
I'm sorry.
if I tell all these men though that I love them, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe I've been having male friends for too long and I know how it gets.
I guess.
I wish I was more open like you. I wish
See-
I could do that without feeling like, oh, what are they thinking now?
I guess. And
Especially because I have like fan house and stuff like that. So like if they seen a little more,
I'm saying friends. I'm not saying fan house subscribers. By the way,
No,
Aaron,
no,
I love
my
you
friends
too.
are on
but-
there. That's what I'm saying.
guess.
Like, there's a lot of overlap.
I guess. I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. There's only a few select people who've seen my PP, so I mean, I guess.
What would you regret not doing if you didn't wake up tomorrow? What would you regret not doing today?
Very like basic. My first thing that I would thought before kind of doing this show would have been skydiving. 100%. I'd be yeah, but that's just like, oh, okay, cool. I would say like this. I like that you're flipping it on me. Get me prepared for the 28th. What's it called? Is I'd regret not taking my mental health seriously sooner because it was an issue and I knew it was an issue. But to almost combat it, instead of facing it, I decided that it would be better to ignore it or not call it what it is. And the weight that was lifted from my shoulders when I actually decided to take it seriously was like someone had stepped off my chest. And I remember that feeling in 2020 when COVID started and I was like a fucking anxious mess, as I'm sure a lot of people really were because of the circumstance of the world. I just, instead of kind of being quiet, I went to my family and friends and said, I feel very anxious about this and something's not okay. I don't know exactly what to do right now, but I don't think I'm okay. And then I also went to my doctor as well and said a similar thing and got his opinion on it as well. And he gave me some ideas of kind of things to do. I'm big on not wanting to go on medication. For those of you that don't know me, I have ADHD and I take medication every single day. It's called Concerta. It is high dose of it as well, what keeps me high functioning. And putting any more medications into that plays a risk, really. Like, and so I didn't want to do it. And Concerta also has anxiety kind of medication.
You're doing great, Bren.
Thanks, Shelly. In that as well. But I will say is, and I'm not saying anything about medication at all. Don't get me wrong. Whatever works for each person is for their own. That's not what I'm saying here. But just for my circumstance that I currently have, I don't want to add on more things than I already have. But I will say is, if it gets to the point where I need to, I'm not going to go against that. But I'm going to try more organic, if you will, ways. One thing that's I found that's really helped me this year is yoga. It also has made me lose a little bit of weight, which I really needed. And getting me my physical strength back that I used to have as well, because I mean, I used to be a hockey player growing up and I didn't do anything since I was out of high school, and that was really hard. So I would say it's probably the biggest thing was not taking my mental health more seriously sooner, because once I started taking it seriously, I realized that I should kind of like promote it to others, because I'm sure other people are feeling the same way. And now I found an amazing community of friends that I'm so grateful for. And I would have had that had I just decided not to speak out about it. I might have done Twitch, but I don't think it would have been the same. It wouldn't have been a podcast about human connection and mental health and people's stories. It would have probably been me playing Warzone, which, no offense, is not what I'm passionate about. It's not my passion. It's other people's passion. That's fine. That's no problem at all. But for me, it wasn't what made me proud. And so yeah, I'm most happy about that. And Yeah. So I was a little drawn out for an answer than I was expecting it to be, but yeah. Thanks for swapping that.
I have someone that just got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and they're on medication now, and they basically described it as, for just all mental health will be put into this. It's like playing life on hard mode, and then when you get the help that you need, you're like, it's been this easy the whole time. I could have been this happy this whole time. And you didn't realize till you really got help. The therapy, sometimes medication, sometimes meditation, yoga, just simple things like that, or just having connections. Plug it in. With other people.
And that's the thing. It's so true. There's better shooters to play out there, Brad. Yeah, thanks, Jay. Noted. That's the thing is I don't know. It could have, and you're right. Like it could have been it could have been easier had I decided to speak out about it properly. And I'm also very fortunate to have a very strong group of friends and family members that are we're very open to hearing about it. And I know I know not everyone's like that. However, I will say I have an amazing community of people, including myself, that would love to hear your story if you're willing to share it. And it's something to talk about. It's something to really talk about. It's not a taboo. It is something to talk about it. As I said earlier, I think almost every person goes through something. Yeah. It just depends on whether they want to talk about it or not.
I bet we're all on meds too. Like everyone shout out to your meds right now. Like everyone will just like name their meds.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's very normal. It is. Sometimes we need a little boost. Sometimes we need some help. And it's okay. It probably won't be your whole life, but we all have ups and downs, and it's okay to get help.
Definitely.
And talk about it.
For sure. That went further than I thought it would. That was a good conversation. I like that. Shout out to my insomnia meds whose names I forgot. Oopsies. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Flintstone vitamins. Yo, those chalky motherfuckers. Love that shit, Rick.
I hate Flintstone vitamins. I make my son take the gummies though. I hate them. I hate them so much.
I actually had gummies and it was just like, ugh. So, and that's the thing is I should say as well as I want to add on to this too is if you're not taking medications as well, if you're not someone who is, I don't want you to feel like you're unincluded in this. If you're taking control of things in proper ways. And if you're not, I would say look at it just to make sure you're okay and ask yourself like, how am I doing today? And I mean, I've talked about this a couple of times. It's just over here. One sec. Y'all are not seeing in this, but I'll show you it. This is my daily journal. Every single day before I go to bed, and sometimes before in the morning, I write down how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, and kind of do a check. Basically to check in with myself. To see how I'm feeling, what made me happy, what made me sad, what I liked, what I didn't like, how I was doing that day, things like that. I have everything. It's a 90-day journal. You can get it on Amazon. It's great. And so I would say is, if you want to, I can give you the link. I'll put it in the Discord after if you really want me to. But I would say is it's definitely been helpful for me for my mental health is to kind of see where I'm at and how I'm doing and be able to learn from it. And so I don't know. It's something that I would say is you find something, whatever your thing is to support you in your mental health. I would say is look towards it, whatever it may be. So I have one of those. I'm also a procrastinator, so I haven't started. Smiley, it takes 21 days to make a habit. Remember that. 21 times you got to do something to make a habit. Do it for 21 days. Set yourself a goal to just do it 21
That's why
days.
He hasn't slept in 21 days.
Yeah.
He never sleeps, I swear.
So let's go. You just set a timer, do it, and then.
Yeah, put it on an alarm.
Yeah. That's how I got into it first, Smiley, by the way, is I put it on a timer.
That's what I do with my medicine.
Everything was timed out. My sleep, stuff like that, and all this stuff. And you have to stick to it. You got to remind yourself, I'm turning it off. And it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm the perfect person, especially for sleep too. I slept on Monday. Yeah, see?
Slept on Monday. Exactly.
The thing for me, and also if you have trouble sleeping too, Smiley, is it getting off the phone or is it actually falling asleep?
He's playing video games. I see you.
So
You're online.
So it's getting to bed. So I'm the same way. The thing that's helped me in the past is setting a timer. That really helps. If you want to help with laying down and you can't fall asleep after that, I would say is turning off your phone and writing in a journal, whether it's a guided one or not, or it's just random things. It has really helped me because my brain is not stimulated. It's just doing this book.
Like
It's
decompressing. You're getting it
yes.
out.
Yes, exactly.
Not
So
putting more in.
facts. What is something? So you've talked about we've unfortunately gone into a path of some things that were negative, talking about divorce and things like that, and some bad things in that sense, and
What's a
obviously
positive? It's a positive.
That's true.
My situation.
But I want to hear more into, and maybe that is what you're going to say for this answer, but maybe you might give us something else. What is something that you're proud of about yourself?
I'm proud that I found the strength to get out of that situation. I have never disappointed myself on how strong I am, on how much I can do. I love myself. But
Let's fucking go.
like this artwork, I didn't think I could do it, and I tried and it wasn't working, and I was getting frustrated, and I just kept trying and eventually got it. Like, I always impressed myself. And I am proud of myself for not giving up on things. So even if I have a stream and I have 0 followers and half the viewers I normally have, it's not going to stop me from trying again tomorrow. I know that what I am capable of, and then I always exceed it. And I'm proud of myself for that.
Awesome.
I'm stubborn. I'm a Taurus.
That's definitely something to be proud of, though, for sure. 100%. Like it's definitely not easy to do the streaming thing. It's not easy. And anyone who say it is BS. But it's definitely something that I would say is definitely, if you can have that strength to go through it, it'll probably be it'll be up there on the things that you do. But if you don't kick yourself for it either. You know what I mean? But like, if it's for you for sure. Another thing too. Obviously, we've heard a bit of things here. We've heard about your eating disorder, heard about your divorce, heard about your son's birth. What is a life-changing event that you have experienced?
Just one? I've been through some shit. A life-changing event, for good or bad.
Whatever you choose.
Yeah, I would say the thing in life that changed me the most was my son being born and them telling me he's gonna die. Like, you grow up really fast as a 19-year-old mom, like really fucking fast, when someone's life is depending on you and the choices you're making. It's a lot of pressure for someone who's 19. Like, what were you doing at 19?
Thinking I was a drifter and drifting my mom's car into a ditch. Sorry, Mom.
Okay, well, I was watching my son die in the NICU. So, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I know boys mature slower. No offense.
Nope.
But I don't know. It was a lot to go through, and I think it grew me up. It made me grow up a lot sooner, and I became everything I needed to be to get him through it, to get me through it, and to get my husband at the time through it. So, yeah. He's good now. If anyone wasn't here before, he's good now. We good? Yeah. That changed who I am as a person. I'm not afraid to ask for the things that I want, or to tell someone when I don't want something to happen. So, I stand up for myself, and I stand up for him, and I would stand up for other people, and I wouldn't have done that prior to him. I would have just been quiet and shy. And now I speak up for myself. Yeah, that's it.
That's good. That's awesome. I think it's definitely a scary story. And when you've had this all like kind of planned out, and then you've literally given birth to a human. And yeah, I can already see the exclamation mark literals in chat coming up. But and then you have and then now you're being told that this is all going to be taken away from you. This whole life that you've assumed. And
yeah, and they did it in the worst way. It was super unprofessional. Like, we didn't know there was a problem. Like, even after he was born, we didn't know there was a problem. He has congenital heart defects. And like it was the next morning, and they were supposed to have brought him back to me after I woke up, and I'm like, where is he? Like you said, I could see my baby, and they're like, well, there's a problem. He'll be back in like an hour, and then he wasn't. The hour passed, and it kept passing, and then instead of telling me what was happening, they sat me down at a computer and had me read about the condition that he had, and I never got past the first line. It was there was a 90% mortality rate within the first month. Mortality is death.
Mhm.
So there's a 90% chance that he's going to die within a month of life. And that was like the worst possible thing. Like, as a nurse, like, why would you do that to someone? Like I couldn't get past the first line. I never did. I'll never know what the rest of that thing fucking said. But yeah, I got through all of it. I got through him not eating for 11 days. I saw his heart beating because after the first open heart surgery, they couldn't close it because the swelling is too much for the baby's chest to close. So I literally got to see into his chest and saw his heart beating, which is super fun cool, by the way. I like gross stuff like that. But how many people can say that they saw their son's heart beating? So I don't know. It was cool. But I grew so much from the whole experience of like the gratefulness that I got from like my mom's church giving money, the Ronald McDonald House, the people who would come and make meals and stuff for us. Like everything was taken care of. And I don't know, seeing how selfless people can be and how happy they can just make strangers. If we all did that, we wouldn't have any fucking problems in the world. But yeah, anyways, that made me grow more than I ever intended to as at a very young age. And I think I've kept all that gratefulness with me the whole time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really nice. That's really good. And I can speak from experience as it being my grandfather's his favorite charity as well, being the Ronald McDonald House. I've been there a couple times, made cookies with the kids that are living there too, and stuff like that. And they do an amazing job, and they have an amazing system, and it's amazing for people. I'm sure. I don't know if were you a part of their, like, did you stay in their housings?
Yeah, I lived there for a month.
Yeah, and they do an amazing job of it because I think you can live there for like I think just like nothing basically, which is like awesome.
No, it was free. I lived there for free.
That's the thing is the last thing you want to do when you're worried about if your child is going to be alive is about your money. That's the last fucking thing you want to worry about.
It would have been so much worse if I had to worry about that. Of like, where am I gonna stay? Like, when am I gonna get to the hospital? Like, I don't have a car here. Like, we had to drop everything and leave. I didn't even have clothes. So, like, the fact that they provided everything, they had toiletries, they took care of everything, cleaning, cooking. Like, I had to worry about nothing when it came to that. And the people were so nice and caring, and they really went out of their way. I mean, I know it's a charity, but it's a really great one. So if you ever want to give to a charity, Ronald McDonald House is great, and it really does make a difference.
I couldn't agree more. We have a question. Someone in the audience, the lovely Mr. Smiley asks, "What is the brutal origin story?" I love you, by the way.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, from you.
Okay, honestly, I don't know if this will give away too much personal stuff. Basically, we'll say
this is part of the show.
Roller derby. I know, but like it gives other people's personal information away.
Okay, I see. Okay.
But yeah, my roller derby name is Brutal Annihilator, and I just kind of kept it. I've always loved like alternative stuff and metal music and tattoos, and I often get, "Is NikkiBrutal your porn name?" I'm like, "No, it's my roller derby name, bitch." But I don't know. It just felt like a strong name. It's like who I wanted to become, and it's who I became. Aside from that week that I cried on stream.
Doesn't make you weak. Makes you in touch with your emotions.
Well, I'm in therapy because of crying. I have stuff to do with crying. So there's a whole different kind of trauma to do with showing emotions.
I see.
So I think it's a lot harder for me because of something that happened in my childhood. So showing emotions like really hard for me. So yeah.
We understand, but we also want you to know that it is okay if you end up crying in this.
I'm getting there. I'm not right now. I'm not getting there. I'm like getting to the point where it's okay to show emotion.
That's good.
I'm in PTSD therapy for it. It's actually really freaking cool. It's called EMDR. It's something to do with like rapid eye movement, and they do something tricky to your brain. I don't know. It's great for PTSD. But you like hold these things, and they just alternate vibrations in your hand.
Cool.
And it makes your eyes move, and you can't help it. It's so weird. You
Whoa.
go through the memory, and like your eyes are closed, and your eyes are moving, and you can't do anything about it. It feels so weird, and you feel completely drained afterwards. But for some reason, it helps with PTSD.
Interesting. Weird. That's
it like
cool.
desensitizes the memory for you. Yeah. So I have that again in like a week or two. But yeah, if you have PTSD, just know that there's some weird stuff out there that can really help.
Awesome. I mean, that's good. You're getting help though. That's the most important thing.
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm a big supporter of therapy. I love therapy. Yeah.
Multi's coming in with some fire questions here. How I actually met Multi was asking some really great questions on the show. And then he put in a mod application, and it's the rest has been history. Multi asks, if you could choose one thing from today's conversation for people to still remember in 10 years, what would it be? And would you add something to it?
Today's conversation. I think it goes back to the thing that I said that I'm proud of myself for. That you're capable of so much more than you think you are. Like, don't doubt yourself because you can do anything within reason. Can't fly, sure, whatever. But like, if you have a dream, then there's no reason you can't make that happen. Like, with enough work, you can make anything happen. Like even B, right? Like moving countries, going to college in a new country or whatever. Like making your dreams happen. It seems hard, but with enough effort and support behind you, like you can do pretty much anything you put your mind to. So, yeah. Your only limit is yourself, telling yourself that you can't.
It's very true. It's very true. Couldn't have said it better. And
also, you can't fly. Shut up, Rick.
Well,
I bet he's gonna come out with
that. Broward, welcome in. I'm gonna call you Curly Head because that's gonna be a whole much easier for me to say. Or maybe I'm gonna call you. Can I call you Curly? Is that
Curly.
I'm
I like that. Like the Three Stooges. Curly.
Yeah, I like Curly. I like Curly. How you young lads doing this fine evening today in the night? Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're having a little bit of a talk. This is called Connections. It's a podcast about human connections. We're in the deep section of the deep questions of this podcast. So welcome in. Good to see you here. So what's up, Squirmy? How's it going? Good to see you too. We've talked a little bit about your parents here. What's up, Sales? How's it going? Talked a little bit today about you being your parents. All 6 of them. And what I'm looking to see here is, are you close with your parents, and why?
No. I'll answer that quickly. No. Okay. I hate my biological dad. I don't talk to his wives that he's had. My mom I live with, and my second stepdad I live with. They're fine. We just don't vibe on the same level. You know, they're very like vanilla and Christian, and I'm just not those things. They're good people, and I feel like I've learned great like morals from them, right and wrong. I feel like I can attribute a lot of that to like religion growing up, even though I'm not religious now. But I am thankful for like that they taught me to be a good person. So I hope if they don't approve of something I'm doing now, like with the fan house stuff or whatever, like they could at least know that I'm a good person, and I know I'm a good person. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna have any trouble sleeping. So, yeah, we're not close. I wouldn't say we're close, which is why I say I have trouble like telling my mom that I love her. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't like them. I'm not close. I see other people with their parents and how close they are, and I just never had that. Daddy issues too.
Just had to throw that out there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
I'm in therapy. worry. It's okay. I'm working through it.
That's good. As long as you're working through it, that's great. That's great. And it means it's progress, right? It's progress. Thank you, Sales, for the host, and thank you, Jacko, for this host. Appreciate you guys. For the other rest of you too. Even if you cannot support financially, one of the best things you can do for most creators on this platform is host. Hosting bumps up your recommendations a little bit higher, and it means a lot. It also adds exposure to creators, for other people to creators. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You're giving me more eyes for people to see me, and that means a lot. So thank you, both of you. Finn, what's up? Hello, Finn. It's been a minute. How are you doing? Good to see you. So talking about love, we've talked a little bit about love earlier here. We talked about how you said you've struggled with saying it to friends and family and things like that, and how it's been a little bit of a hard spot for you. What does love mean to you?
Oh God. Love mean to me. Trust. That's a big part. Like being able to trust someone with anything. That's hard for me to do, considering I've just been like cheated on and manipulated and all that jazz lately. So I actually have a problem with men right now. Like I have like this cognitive distortion of like I hate men because of like how many people have hurt me and like daddy issues and whatever, and my current husband cheating on me and being abusive and like all kinds of things. I have a hard time trusting men. So I think to me, trust is like a bigger deal than I ever thought, because if you can't trust someone with something, like you can't trust them not to hurt you. I don't know. People who love you shouldn't hurt you. So I don't know what I'm getting at. Love is important to me when you have trust for someone, when you know you can depend on them and that they're going to be there for you at the end of the day, no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, that they're still going to love you. That's a hard question.
Not meant to be easy.
I guess love to me is centered around trust and honesty.
I think it plays a big point into most of like love and stuff like that. And if you don't have that kind of love part and or that trust in love or that honesty in love, and communication, I would add into that too. Things can crumble quickly, very quickly.
Well, I guess it's different though when you're a parent, because like I don't need that to love my son. Maybe that's just biology, make sure the human race continues on. But like I don't know. Like I would do anything for him, absolutely anything. I'm sure there's something else to being a parent. It's a different kind of love that can never be reached by anything else ever. Your mom knows.
Yep. Oh, 100%. She tells me all the time.
She knows.
She said that same word for word all the time.
Next level shit.
Yeah, all the time she said that too. What's up, Cody? How's it going? Good to see you. He chose a weird time to tune in. Hey, it's just the deep part of the conversations, Cody. You know how it goes. What's the tat on the arm? Looks like Sonic in a mech suit holding a staff. I don't know what.
This is I don't know actually what y'all can see. This is me. People are like, "Oh, who's that?" I'm like, "That's me. It's a Valkyrie." But yeah, this is like the tattoo I started, I guess, right before I actually decided to get a divorce and leave for good a bad relationship. So this is my strength, and she's almost done. She's almost flight away.
Awesome.
So yeah,
cool. Is that
actually it might be finished around the time?
I was gonna say, is that correlating? That adds just so much more meaning.
I didn't know that this is like what I was aiming for. I just wanted like a cool tattoo, but the fact that like I definitely wanted like a strong woman, because I feel like I'm really finding my strength again, who I am again. So what better than a warrior woman?
That's true. That's true. You are the warrior.
New chapter.
Exactly. Pug says, according to my grandma, the only thing that trumps parental love is love for a grandchild.
No way.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I can't say that yet.
That's the thing. That's the thing is, who knows? Who knows? Both of us can't say yet.
Let's make a reunion episode in like 20 years from now.
Are you giving
and
away
I'll
my
let you know.
secrets? Are you giving my secrets away? Stop. What's it called?
Where are they now?
Yeah. It's not NikkiBrutal because she's all like brutal and rude. It's because she gives away your secrets. If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they could be dead or alive.
I wish I would have known this ahead of time. This seems like one that you really have to think about, right? Mm-hmm.
Who are you
Shit.
now?
Okay, read the question to me again. Okay,
Yeah, sure, sure.
Maybe it'll spur something.
If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they can be dead or alive.
Shit. I mean, it's personal. There's like stories to go through it, but I think I would really like to know what was going on with my current husband and one of his like online hosts. Like, I really want. I feel like he continues to lie about it. I really want to know that. Just it doesn't matter. It's not gonna stop the divorce. Like, I really fucking want to know, and I don't think he's told me the truth yet. But yeah, it's not like the meaning of life or anything. Nothing cool. It's just like jealous curiosity of my own.
It means something to you.
Sorry.
No, it means something to you. That's what this question is. This isn't to fucking coddle anyone in chat or me. It's what's important to
You better
you.
not be here. It's not supposed to be.
Well,
Fuck you.
I mean, hey, yeah, it's not to please anyone. It's for you for that question. So that's totally fine, of course. What's one thing that you'd likely never do, but you would do for content? Your eyes got so wide. Oh my goodness.
What am I doing for content? Think like you're skydiving. I definitely would never want to do that. But I guess if it was like you'll go viral and blah blah blah, it's like I might try. No, I mean, I'm not like a content whore. It's not like, oh, I'll do anything for content. I'm gonna sit in a hot tub and
Yeah, that makes
lick
one of
my
us.
mic, you know, like. I mean, it seems like the easy way out, but that's not who I am. So I'm not gonna sit in the hot tub and lick my mic. Sorry, guys.
Rick's gone, long gone.
I bet he's still here. Yeah, I guess something that I'm not interested in doing unless the camera's on me, like skydiving. I have no interest in doing that by myself. Like just doing it. No offense. I'm sure it's a great dream for you. It's just not for me.
Like it is still something I want to do, but it's gotten knocked down a little bit. It's not as that. But I would say is I'd love
But
to
would
just.
you be doing it for content?
I'd be doing it for me.
Yeah, see, yeah, I wouldn't do that
Yeah.
for me. But if
Yeah.
you told me like, oh, you're gonna get 10,000 followers, like, all right, I'll go skydiving.
You're that sellout. No,
Strap me up, baby.
You can throw me a plane as long as that means I get 10Ks. Peace.
But I'm not getting in a hot tub and licking a mic.
Oh my goodness. Sharky, mad love to everyone here. Nikki, it's been amazing to listen to your stories and hear about your resilience to difficult life situations. I love what you're doing here, Brad. Keep up the amazing work, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sharky, thank you so much for your lurk. Have an amazing time at your subathon, you crazy madman, you. We're always here to support you, my friend. Since you're saying that your skydiving is not something on the thing, what is 3 things that are in your bucket list?
Visiting another country. I've never actually been outside the United States. That would be fun. Liz.
By the way, for next time you do 2 Choose 1 Lie, I would use that as a.
I thought about it.
You should have said I've been to
my
like
people know that I've never left the country.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
I guess I could have been like, I've been to Ireland and England and France.
It's true. See, you could have said Ireland. That would have been enough.
Yeah.
Don't oversell.
Yeah, that's how you get caught, right?
Exactly.
I would like to have more kids. That's something that's important to me. And another thing, I would like to get my bachelor's degree. I was working on that in nursing, but now that I'm getting divorced, I recently, I'm not going back this next semester. I'm actually really smart, right, guys?
I mean, that's
They're gonna say
fair.
yes. They're totally gonna say yes. Better say yes.
That's fair. I mean, that's totally fair, and I think it's fair that you've taken a
Little
pause.
dreams, not gonna change
Yeah.
the world, but you know.
What's been the hardest thing you've had to overcome this past year?
No, it's definitely the treat, like realizing that I've been in a really bad relationship. I've been cheated on by with a lot of things that he did. He was with a lot of women, at least virtually. He was giving away our money to them while I had no access to it. It's emotional abuse, the physical abuse, verbal abuse, all of it has been really hard. Everything got really bad this summer. So that was tough. That was really tough, especially like he was not interested in me physically. So that was hard on my like ego, I guess. When like I can come on stream and I hear it a lot. Really like, "Oh, Nikki, you're so pretty." Like he wouldn't touch me. He wasn't interested. So I really felt like I had not that value is correlated with appearance, but like in all ways I felt like I had no value. So yeah, that was really hard to get back, to find my value and how much I love myself, even though he didn't treat me the way I should have been treated.
At least you know that though now.
Oh yeah, I know it. I have a
Okay.
lot of people telling me every day, "Love you guys."
Look at that! Look at you go! Now he's gonna do it personally, one to one.
That'll be hard. That'll be harder though.
I didn't say it was supposed to be easy, but it's
Yeah.
important. Shockwave has a question for me, which doesn't happen too often. I want to get creators on my roster of friends various gifts for my company. If I got you both a match tattoos, what would you choose to represent your friendship, since you two are technically bonding over this podcast? Well, I'm glad you think that, Shockwave. That's kind of the point. What's it called? What would I get as a matching tattoo? Is that the question? I just want to be clear. The question is, if I was to get a matching tattoo based off of this and me and Nikki, this thing here today, what would I get?
Yeah, what would symbolize our friendship? I think is what they're
Ooh.
asking.
The thing is, do they have to be the same tattoo? That would change things a little bit. If you got matching tattoos, you both unique. But does it have to be the same, or can it be two different ones?
Or do
Like,
we have to get them at the same time?
they can be
in,
different.
like,
Okay.
opposite chair?
They can be different. Okay, they can be different. Okay. So, do you have an idea first off before I answer this? Because I have an idea.
Me? No, I don't know. What are you thinking?
So they would be different. They would definitely be different. I think, to keep in mind, for those of you that don't know, me and Nikki have known each other for about 3 weeks, maybe, give or take,
Oh.
since Thanksgiving.
Yeah, a little under
So,
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And so it's been a little. It's not been too long, and we haven't talked much. This has been the second time
Yeah,
we've really
we were told
really
not
talked.
to talk.
Yes. To keep this fresh. The only thing that we've talked on is who are you, and where we got to meet her a little bit more. This has been the second time. However, Shockwave, lovely question. I like it. I have 2 things I would do. My first thing would be, for me, would be a roller skate. I think it symbolizes her strength and how amazing she is and how vulnerable she's gotten in the past. I mean, recently, I think it is more than enough and being able to do this. I don't think if I would have met you before this divorce that you would have been this open with me. I think you would have given me a full. You would have been full of shit with me. I think you would have told
I
me.
wouldn't have answered.
Yeah, you would have given me
Wouldn't have
bullshit.
responded at all.
You would have given me bullshit answers that you thought people would want to hear, rather than the answers that are truthful to you and important to you. So that's why I would do the roller skate, and it would be those little 4 roller skates. It wouldn't be one of the like the inline
Yeah,
ones.
quad skates.
Yeah,
That's what I
exactly,
skate. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, the real
One
fucking
of those roller blades.
Ooh. And for me, I
Oh, I know what I want for yours.
okay.
I want you know those toys, the little soldier with the parachute? I want you to get one of those. So maybe someday you'll follow through and do
Oh,
what you've always
that's
wanted
pretty
to do.
cool. That's cool. I like that.
You get a little toy one though.
It's funny because mine for you, I like that too though. That's really good too. Mine for you was going to be
Iconic toys, yeah.
that's a good one. I like that. Maybe I will do that.
And every
Was
time you look at it, you're like, I can do anything.
That's true. Those are iconic. Would be a teardrop. And not just
For
like the
you?
fucking not the fucking no.
Like,
Um,
Mon in here too. He's like,
Molly, no. Well, no, not like that. Not for the no. I think it would be.
mess with me.
I think it would have to be somewhere on your hands though, or like on your wrist or something like that. Is that something you could
I do want
something you would see consistently all the time?
Yeah.
And the reason for that would be because of to remind you to keep intact with your emotions and check your emotions and stuff like that, and not to forget that those are important. Because I think it's something that
Good one.
you're working on, but you're still you're getting there.
I know a lot of people get the like semicolon because like the story's not over
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that was actually started by Amanda Todd, who is actually from my city.
Flexing. City flex.
Yeah. A sad story though, unfortunately, for all of that. But I mean, had a big kind of outcome. The reason I'm asking is because right now I'm looking at assets to get you those tattoos. I'm giving you 3,000
Oh,
USD
thank
for Christmas.
you.
In which
So
you to put
sweet.
for the money I have left over.
That's a lot of tattoo. I'm gonna
Really,
get
though.
a fancy one. Dang.
That'd be pretty cool though. That would be really cool. That'd be really
Go to
cool.
Disney World.
Yo, really though. No kidding. Yeah, no, yeah. Check my DMs. What do you mean? No shot. What do you mean? Where DMs where? First off. I feel like this is. You sent me a lot of information on there. Your full name's on there. You don't know that, right?
Oh yikes.
Be careful with that. I don't know how. I don't understand how I get this. I see this as like a retirement thing. Retired 8 years ago. Oh, that's crazy. Congratulations, by the way. That's interesting. Well, I thank you, Shockwave. I think you're sharing. You might be oversharing a little bit too much. Just because I want you to make sure you stay safe in your sort of thing. I appreciate the question though. That was an amazing question. And congratulations on retiring. And I'm glad you got out of that situation. It's definitely crazy. I mean, hey, if that money so touches my account and tattoos are what you asked me for, done.
Do you have any tattoos? Would this be the first?
No, I have 2 tattoos. I have one on my wrist, which is from, I can't really see
Paper
it.
plane? Oh, cute.
Yeah, so that's for my grandfather who passed away. Because we used to always throw out paper airplanes, I think. And I also have actually here. I haven't shown this one in a little while. Why not?
We're gonna see a butt cheek.
I mean,
Oh.
hang on. How do I do this? It's been a minute.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you see that?
I see that there's something there. That's all I can see. A number?
Kind of. It's butt cheeks.
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
I thought
It's sideways. It's sideways. It is sideways though, but it's really hard to see. I can't really put it up close to the thing, but yeah. However, Nikki, we're at the last question of Brent's feet. All right, chill. We're at the last question
Pond, look out.
of the show here. And that is, if you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
Fuck you. That's probably what I would say. Not you specifically, just like in quotes. I'm sorry. That sounded rude.
Say a little louder, because I didn't hear it the first time. It cut out.
Fuck you. In quotes though, like not I'm not saying it to you. I'm sure you're great. But fuck you, I would say.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Simple, iconic,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
perfect 2 words, the perfect phrase, if you ask me. Everyone in attendance, my lovely friends, the lovely community that's been in here today. This has been Nikki, the one, the only NikkiBrutal on Connections. Can you please spam that love for the amazing NikkiBrutal, who's been super open, telling us stories going from anywhere, from her family, from her relationships, from her son, from her anxieties and other mental health things that she's gone through. Thank you to you, Nikki, for being as vulnerable as you have been. I really do appreciate it. This show is not the same without you being there. Thank you for giving me a new family member in the Sweet and Dirty, and removing one too. But I mean, that's a different story. However, this is this part of the show where I give the thing to you here. I give you the I can't tell if you're serious, Shockwave. I don't. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Getting a thing? What?
So, I don't know if you're being serious, Shockwave, and so I don't mean to be rude. I hope that's very clear. But I've never had anything like this happen. If you by no means do you have to donate. If you'd like to, there is a donation link at the very bottom of the stream there. But don't feel like you have to. Your time is more than enough. Shockwave, I'm more than overjoyed to have you in here. I think your questions was amazing. Don't feel like you have to do any of that. That is totally okay. Just having you here has been more than enough. So thank you for your time. I'm gonna leave the floor to you, Nikki, to shout out anything or anyone you would like here as well, as I go find us someone lovely to raid.
I bought my PAX East tickets today, so I'm going to be at PAX East in
Let's go.
April with my Fuse cosplay. So if you'd ever like to see a gender bent cosplay of a middle-aged man that I'm cosplaying, catch me there, I guess.
Catch
You'll
me
know it's me.
outside.
I'll be the one cosplayed as a man.
There you go. See, there you go.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Like
You
to
sure?
push boundaries. Yeah. But follow me on Twitch and I don't know, like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. I don't know what YouTubers say.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, exactly. Do that. Exclamation mark guest.
Who's from
Exclamation mark
Apex
guest.
Legends, sorry.
Go and spread that
QZ.
love to the amazing, wonderful NikkiBrutal. Nikki, it has been an absolute pleasure to get to meet you today. I'm still just looking for this person here. Hang on, I had one. I just lost it. There you go. I got him. Perfect. Okay.
What's the thing we're gonna spam in the chat?
Exclamation mark
I
raid
need copy
or
paste.
exclamation mark raid 1. You can find those in there too if you'd like. Exclamation mark raid or exclamation mark raid 1. Streamlabs doesn't have a gift a sub because I'm cheap. But if you'd like to spam those, you can just copy paste those and they'll give you the thing if you have this sub. However, we're gonna go and spread that love one more time. To a lovely, I don't know if she'll recognize me because I've only been in her stream a couple times. Her name's Erin, and she's very nice. She plays some like really like indie games, as well as she also does art, and she's currently doing art. Mama Lisa actually recommended me her, and I would think it'd be awesome to have her on Connections. But I don't know if she'd be interested, so maybe you guys can help me out with that.
Convince, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
convince.
convince.
Peer pressure! Peer pressure!
We love peer pressure. However, before we go, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, as well as if you are interested in hanging out with us one more time. We have a couple things going on here, coming up here. On Tuesday, we have, next Tuesday, I should say, we have the lovely Posh Triangle coming on here. who is on Who Are You with both me and Nikki, and actually one Who Are You with us on Saturday is going to be next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard. We also have Connections on Bren coming on the 28th, which is my birthday stream. So come on, someone, you gotta be there. And then we also have the giveaway after the stream. Exclamation mark, enter if you're not already in. Make sure you're in there. I want to thank you to everyone in chat. Nikki, thank you for being so vulnerable and telling us your story. It's been a pleasure of mine to talk to you today, back to back on Saturday and now today. It's been amazing. Thank you to
Tired
everyone.
of me.
I thought you were tired of me. My goodness,
No,
I sent the messages this afternoon. I was like, oh, I'm not getting anything back for sure. I have the I see messages. I from the people in here. Thank you. I see Ducky. I see Sweet. Welcome to the family, by the way. I see Pugs. I see Ray. I see Bolo. I see Jay. I see Sales. I see Smiley. I see everyone. So thank you. I really appreciate your time. Your time is more than enough, and thank you to everyone who decided to just hang out with us today, because there's so many things you could be doing, and you chose to hang out with us. So thank you. I deeply appreciate it. Giveaway will be in the living room on the Discord. Don't worry, Smiley, I did not forget. But we do it in the Discord just to make sure that everyone is in the Discord before you can watch me roll it on stream. We'll do it in the living room Discord voice channel. Be in there. We'll be in there in like 15 minutes or so after we go and spread some love to the amazing Aaron Fun Paints. I'll see you all. I hope you'll take care of yourself. Drink some fucking water. I love you. Peace out. Goodbye.